GI. Wakoton in your man, where then? Why when him say both fruit in our tea, and I will show me, and I will cast it a bit. What my son boy? What's all count? You are part of it.
Okay.
And the Ghana essay, you can't somewhere you don't follow.
Okay.
You don't follow
up. Japan until the court arrives at a decision that incriminates somebody. And yet difficult to do.
Who go law school? Okay. You can't somewhere you don't follow.
Okay.
You don't follow up.
Japan until the court arrives at a decision that incriminates somebody. And yet difficult to do.
Who go law school? Who
you
can't somewhere you don't follow.
Okay.
You don't follow up.
Japan until the court arrives at a decision that incriminates somebody. And yet difficult to do.
Who go law school? Who go law school?
师傅，每个背景既相当被人打压，
这被无法担心。
下推越的是越不懂在心中没爱呀。
我是南北的哦。
他关系我好什么？我穿我好，拍摄我好，不洗我好，是拉边我好。
下推越不懂在心在我不如你啊。
我说被我不如。哦。
他关系我好什么？我穿我好，拍摄我好，不洗我好，是拉边我好。
下推越不懂在心在我不如你啊。
我说被我不如。
你，喂。Kwatena mi mosjo wulu ekire ho eye methodist dan na kire ho ne ya seria because asem no e kan ne nya no kore eti de wo ye you should know say I know it better. Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asem ne nya no kore akama ne nya no kore mi mosjo wulu ekire ho eye methodist dan na kire ho ne ya seria because asem no e kan ne nya no kore eti de wo ye you should know say I know it better. Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura akama ne nya no kure Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura akama ne nya no kure Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura akama ne nya no kure Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura akama ne nya no kure Mimi apa no 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fa bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura akama ne nya no kure
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
right, good evening and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. We are streaming live from our studios here in Washington, D.C. It's exactly 4:11 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 8:11 in Ghana. Welcome to the most authoritative, most talked about talk show, political talk show on the planet right now. Our focus is on Ghana politics. This is an anti-corruption platform. What we do here is we make sure we check the people we pay with our taxes, especially people working in Ghana for the government, civil servants, and people that are taxpayer we have been taking care of. Our job is to scrutinize their job, make sure the facts are put out there for the ordinary Ghanaian or the Ghanaian watching me across the world to also have a clear understanding of how the country is being governed. So tonight, if you are here, you are back again to listen to the news, the facts, the truth, and also how things are supposed to be done. We have solutions here, we have criticism here, constructive one, of course, and also we have what we call humor on this platform. My name again is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. We are live across the world on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we are live on TV, we are live on radio, and all over the place, we are streaming live. On TV, search for Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Tonight, you will get us live on Multi TV this evening. Search for Loud Silence TV. We're also live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. Loud Silence TV on Facebook. Loud Silence TV on YouTube is live this evening. Subscribe to our channel. Be part of the family. Every single day we are live, you will get a notification to be part of the show. Loud Silence TV on YouTube is also blazing tonight. We're also live on WADR on Facebook. That is With Audio Respect official Facebook page. We are live, streaming this show live there. We are also live on TikTok tonight. You can watch this show live on TikTok. Search for Kevin Taylor _WADR. Kevin Taylor _WADR. We're also live on radio tonight. If you have an Android device, you have a Samsung or whatever Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download Loud Silence Radio. You can listen to the show live right now on radio. We're also live on iOS or on Apple. Go to the App Store and download Loud Silence Radio. My name is Kevin Taylor. My production team, they are called the Ghost Team. We are here today again to discuss Ghana, and our topic is simple. The New Patriotic Party, they are supposed to shut up on the budget. We gave them this country for 8 years. They foolishly misbehaved, they stupidly mishandled, and they disrespected the people of Ghana. They should allow the NDC to rule. Whatever they say today does not make sense to anyone. We are not going to listen to their foolishness. We are not ready to listen to dumbheads. We are not ready to listen to people who never gave us respect. We are going to live with the NDC, respect the NDC because they respect us back. So the NPP, they must shut up. They don't have any brains, no intelligence at all to tell us what to do or how to run this country. And that is going to be our topic of the day. We will treat it. We will make sure we kill Jandam tonight. And you I'm the Kevin Akobedu Taylor me, and I made it Jumadi Chiame. From the Ghost Team. With all due respect, in the show, any Abranton and Motatini D. Kevin Taylor, and I Yedi Matemno. I am Menamaba Eno. We are singing Ubi TMA. And you bray a gun and some, a manual some, any Abrabomun some, and Yakanawaha. Bijuma dear me in Minise, no cre and I made Sebu Ebro. The AC or Manuel Semu, send your chichir minor, send your John Mahaman, Abain, and DC4, any Sebu, MPP from Kwasiafui, I can share any Quema or Modeban, Nina, Jitchim Magana for a Hunocreno. And then you bring Jumadia Fagana home, a far one a family home. If you say, yeah, any theatre, Emma Ghana, Nichichiano, Equanim. It is brave with Yemia, ye bedin como Afagana home, ye bedu and Semu, and some dorsum, ya bona pele, a grim at the say, a day, Samira Baumia, the makeup. And you bray, your very big social media segment, your first stories are a here, Sebio, the Padudo more Ghana, no, Yan Tanchi, we ain't sure, not you do, I mean, we are say, any Ghana, Atienka, Ehuno Creno, send your baby to NDC. 42 years more Martina so at Ghana. And then you bring Jumadi way a chegu ewa infidie bibriso and answer abe for computer and so Emma Obia eti the echo. Also Loud Silence TV or Multi TV so you bring Frau Baba na Baba manakaches on to Kevin Taylor TV no your friend Loud Silence TV. On sa ebeka Jumadi way on sa way so ebetumaka Jumadi way or YouTube so oko YouTube so now search for Loud Silence TV. Loud Silence TV on sa ebeka Jumadi way or YouTube. Loud Silence TV so Facebook also search Facebook Loud Silence TV Jumadi we etwegu elho yesawo with all due respect page and so Facebook Jumadi we etwegu Facebook with all due respect page TikTok also your search me your friend Kevin Taylor _WADR Kevin Taylor _WADR Mama Embranti and Baba Wano enye hu adwuma emamo Loud Silence TV so any radio yesa wo eye radio so loud silence radio so ho sebio uye dwuma uchika ebia bibia wo no tumi hwe TV obetumi tie radio so your radio app eye ne ankasa dia ya build it from scratch ye di sika pudio ene shemu ukuta Android Samsung phone bia obetumi akọ Google Play Store search for loud silence eye radio won sabeka download it oboso abon se jono show no ekoso obetumi tie ye e wiase afa ne nyina yesa o live e iOS so anase Apple so and so ko App Store wa obetumi download loud silence radio obetumi tie dwumade we enso e wo ho ende eye pele ye begidwum ama Ghana for ehu no kra no midin e Kevin Taylor sebio wa wo hwe me every Ghana baby ano nyame nhira ho na nyame so enhira me nso every say odo ene asumdwie ene nyansa ye nyina yafa yaka etirabom say yebema NDC atena so for the next 42 years na omachichere Ghana sene yebe ya mankwasiafo bi te se MPP for emba embesai man no enyumbrei obi etie mi Facebook for make a hello to you, YouTube I'll say hello to you guys, I'll say hello to people on also on TikTok and also other platforms. Enyumbrei wo hwame nyame show nyame enhiramen so welcome to the show, welcome to With All Due Respect Extended Version, welcome to the show.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No, no answer my. I watch it. You will for Belgium fan. You want to see Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. Why you Why round what? Why you Why round what? Why you Why round what? Why you Supuno? Why round what? It will for Belgium fan. It want to see Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. Why you Why round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Why round what? Why you Why round what? I want it. Original.
All right, thank you very much for staying. You're still watching With All Due Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Koberutela. Good evening to Japan, the Japanese man. Japan. What's the airsham in Yumri? Good evening to Frederick Taylor. Japan. Japanese. I've heard the airsham in Yumri. You are watching me. Japanese. Or China or this weekend, I'll give you a call. Japan. My own brother Japan. I did for you. Japan. You go chill. God day. And everything will be nice. We never go back. God day, everything will be fine. Good evening to Japanese, the Japanese. All right. Now, let me say hello to Nipa Bakumi Nubi na Memfa Jumadi no Enshisha so. Makacha Morgana say I control the airwaves. I decide who speaks and who doesn't. Makacha Ghana for me Eko Bedu, Kevin Taylor. I control the airwaves. Samekasa kasa na obekasa. I decide how the news is going to be discussed. I decide because Ghana for need to minashe minsem any otredi amponkwame. And our bless me say I should open the eyes of Ghanaians. Min be Ghana for ni no mu hu no kure no. Enti semema ho kwan a you cannot thrive in that space we call the media space. You have to understand say I am the godfather because in penifo mo ba ya ye be show manan no. Enyansafo mo no omo no nim dwuma ye no kura ye. Enti I will decide who will have to run the show in Ghana and who doesn't. In the Samima Hokwanya, nobody can run a show in Ghana. And if, when you try to even run a show, I'll shut it down. Because I will use the fact to shut it down. So when you say, Ube run a show in Ghana, make sure you are coming to run the show with facts. The moment you decide, say, oh, the no kre, any akumapa, any facts, any be run a show now, any problem, I will leave you. But the moment I'll be watching you say, o de atro ene konkonsa insekuo ene tribalism ebe run the platform abedada Ghana for me ekobedu mentwe. It have set the rules and I set the rules myself. Nobody has the right to set rules for me. I set the rules when it comes to the media space in Ghana. Enti sawaya wajin so de akomapa e de say Ghanaian Citizen TV Inkoto TV, Free Mind Family, any other TVs now, reasonable and progressive now. I will bless you and your TV and your message with all due respect to the Amaye, we will all work in harmony. We all can help build Ghana because I respect every single person who is ready and willing to speak truth. The respect I have for Inkoto, the same respect na me woma a Free Mind. The same respect na me woma Ghanaian Citizen TV. The same respect na me woma other people to say Ransford Kebuachi. I have the same respect for somebody like Prince Minka of Power FM. I have the same respect for Obi to say Bobi Ansa. I have respect for people like that because the idea is that we should all use the fact, the truth to build this nation. So why sana? I will not allow you. And I decide who has to run a show. Inti Obia Ejedi, Entina Dede Ayo can maintain. Everybody should maintain. Dede Ayo can. Everybody should maintain. I decide. Inti Obia Nyabutre. That terrain when a friend in the media space in Ghana, I own it. And I will decide who has to come on and who has to get off. Let me say hello to one or two people. Oga2T is watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Oga2T, on YouTube. Don Ali is also live on YouTube tonight. Thank you very much. Daniel Mate is watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team. Latif Rati is live here this evening. Hamida Al-Hassan is watching me. Good evening to Hamida. Good evening to Mabel. Good evening to Florence Adonu. Thank you very much, girls, for being here tonight. Aisha is back here. I can see Amadou Hajara is watching me. Shanit D is live on Loud Talents TV. JFK Marvin is watching me tonight on YouTube. I can also see Kenneth Oklu. Good evening, Kenneth. Tom Corte is watching me tonight. Thank you very much. And also Felix watching me live on YouTube. On Facebook, I can see Isaac Apochi, watching me tonight. Nana AA is watching me. Florence, Adam Ama Ebusa is also live on Facebook tonight. Thank you very much, guys, on Facebook watching me this evening. I don't know why, but Facebook is frozen. So Facebook started say Ebabaka. I will mention your names. Maminko TikTok. Namika hello share one or two people. On TikTok, Naminfa Jumadieno and Shishaso. So on TikTok, and I can see Current Affairs Ghana watching me tonight. Good evening. Current Affairs to show me on TikTok. The lady Wendy, the lady _ Wendy is watching me tonight. Briscoe is also live on Loud Talents TV tonight on TikTok. Also Yakubu. Something 51 is watching me. It didn't go fast, too quick. Also, Nilly 027 or so watching me tonight. Tunchi is live on Loud Talents TV. Odooms also live here. NDC is live on Loud Talents TV. King Kong GH is watching me. Also, Shanton live on Loud Talents TV on TikTok. Ms. Empress is live here on TikTok. Also, Ankama Clement watching me this evening. Thank you very much. Peggy is live on TikTok. Madina is live on TikTok. Equia Kwachawa is live on TikTok. And also, Mariam is watching me live. Mas Babatu is live on TikTok. And also, Kwesi Nyante live. On YouTube, I can see Auntie Grace live tonight. Ahin Ruthie is watching me tonight. Thank you very much. Safia to Sadiq. Good evening to you. Happy Ramadan to you. And Nala is also live here. Matilda Ahiabo is watching me. Mashek Tete Coleman live on Loud Talents TV tonight. Thank you very much, family. Thank you to every single person watching me tonight across the world. We are back. We are here to discuss Ghana. Again, so I meant to nipe biki cancer me. Kevin Taylor, Dimatama Fema Bre Sisian Mewuse. Mama Yankona, where do we go? Apeka, where you Kumase, Mama Yanko Kumase, Niyamusa Jandam is dead. Where you Kumase, Abranti way, or Kumase, a fitting shop be, and he has shown to say, Ghana for, to see ano, Yajun be, Obian to me, and that die, Obia and to me, and that Ghana for. Make sure Abranti way, me person me 1,000 Ghana cities. On function on to data. Now on TikTok more. Now on create on one page. Now on my Ghana for who's a Sebio, and your mom bought tight TV so. And I say almost Sebio, almost on school, and Niminyansa, a far air de Amebu. Now Sebio, you don't have to be a bank manager. You don't have to be a lecturer. You don't have to be a sophomore or to be a big person. You have to be a Ghanaian who is rational. Why do you need Juma? And I'm looking for this gentleman, something between 1,000 Ghana and 2,000 Ghana. I'll just dash it to him for him to go find some data for himself for the education he has given his colleagues. The fitting shop, Bibi Ano. This is Kumasi.
This guy, where I come from? Yes, I'm a guy from mine. Anybody for my move? I provoke quality as one of your man. So, you never saw me so Saramatica. I not comfort. But mama dem amani plant free turkey buy. What they say? Who free was seven regi besi akumaso. What's in the board they say turkey there. Na body free so was seven besi akumaso ya. Ai, body free was seven besi akumaso ya. Ne board they say they free turkey buy no. Na one e kro. Ah, come you kro for jawo.
Ah, one for na kro for.
Yes, no man 81,000. What's the dictator? Et lipa 81,000. Dictator ya o dey. Let dictator never. You come, man, Bema. You have man, but me say you have man, you have one go crofo. Oh my pontia, anybody knows something 2 years, all ponti. And you might can on the back hospital of my neck. Rapontia, man. Crayon number 7 ponti. Some of the hospital. A free akutu. Of a cat, Mister. Why am you? 8 years I give me of a candy defensive, of a very fact, of a candy fact, don't me canta. Happy to communicate a club, don't me canta me. 8 years, most take it tired, man.
Nakasa.
Take it tired, man. 8 years. Anybody 1,000. And then I get 10 years of a candy. I remember me, Yano. I communicate a bit on the very on the Yano. Oh, dear, 8 years. Na Boko farm any plant free, West Seven Jimmy. What is your mamma not the free? Take by. Ah, then me, I'm tea, mamma, tea, and a man to milk. That's how we are engaged now. We are fitting. Well, we are going to we are. Yet, I said, yet, First, what you as Mama has opportunities and as also cool. They said it is a move. As Santa Folk appear campaign. Yakasama, Mamma, Yakasama. Baumia Baba, I said, Decata. Baumia made a million to me, I said, Decata. It is possible. Oh, dear. Ah, 1 year, so I mean that and we have a catch and it is possible. Oh, dear.
Free education. Free education.
Good free education. I got some grandson who videos. I'm saying, Mama, you dear and Papa. I've been on rice. I'm saying, dear, brown rice. Oh, videos room. I'm saying, dear, brown rice, dear and Papa, and Papa. Mama, some mummy and oh, boy. Hey, most of Mamma about the movie, my oh, boy. About me, I'm quite a home, he said, Benina. Movie, I'm a Kennedy. Why?
Master Baji 2000 could this no cry and I'm enjoying home. Where Santimemu, Jandam is dead. My catcher MPP4, Omjin say, Asantifo Jimmy. Abrante baby obia, Ombra Maji 2000 koto date and seno. On Dimfanko di Moon seno. And this is what we call people being enlightened. You see, and I'm not saying say, Nipa say NDC ko wrong and he needs to speak out. But many wajini say nipa say we Jimmy for. And that is what NPP omajini yomo. We muna huwa musano, they control Ghana. Omu na mukotu ya e-levy no. Omu na mukotu ya betting tax no. Omu na mukotu ya light bill no. Omu na yeti omu sikadeshe ekufuwa kwa champagne no safmafo. So these are the people who run the country. Until when they tell you, say, you are doing something that is not right, listen to them and hear their problems. Until now, we are Santimemu. And there are millions of Papa way and our branch way or more Santimemu. Mamunya margin say, Jandam ni atro and I'm the Ghana MPP and fat mumba power beam. Because with all due respect, and then no because me MPP ni me Santini and the MPP no every time. It is because we're building him tia. It is because consistently what Bunipanisa or Yakwasia, and that when they raise issues even about their Wuya Enya, or Chen says with Jimmy say Obusa where MPP say, are there now their Wuye Enye. Until you see, now the dynamics in politics now, it is not about Otumfo, Mamika be binche Ghana for any Santimine. Otumfo said to 2. You see na hine. Ope infante for hine to amusa from ye paramount chiefs me papa eka honom ko could see Otumfo hine. My father was there. There's no way I have to sit here and say politics in tea may disrespect Otumfo. But that also will not take a yet sound credit from me. Say BB because we are Santimea Mamenka. It is an NPP for Betiasia. We are doing politics, sir. It is not about tribe and I say akunyao. Inti the idea na ewo mutimu say so be kassetia MPP. Na o kassetia the MPP ye. Into wakasetia mensiano and in a big party no. Because Asantini and Ghana ni onim nyansa no. There is no way or de mensia ebe tare MPP ho. Never. Asantini a onim nyansa. a ope Ghana yi ope so chichire Ghana no onfa menhia enya den en decide sene e wo se chichire Ghana. With all due respect to menhia eya himfie. And it do some time now the NPP for your argument me say I oka say NPP enim and I oka nsama kese na what did you do for them? I tell you said that cannot win you power. Because you see Asantinina or some sikejano or no on some eyadien on some president. And when I say on some president, it does not mean unrespected president. Only the who's an enton anana konya and awesome or pakonyano. It does not mean say oni kania and is okasa. It does not mean say otua etwa and is etwo no yemfa nya adwuma na and is okasa. It is a wide junior say so be a santinin kwadia or some sikejwa or say technically automatically obey MPP nia. Na mo MPP for no Jimmy. Because if you're not able to separate the two, what is going to happen is when the people are telling you the reality, you might think that they are rather insulting you. And no, you people are not willing to understand the reality. Into me dimatema, na madrim some time and your time. Jimmy na Jimmy. You still don't understand the dynamics of politics. You people, majority of the people in the MPP, no. My junior that to the point, so Mojin say, and with all due respect to Asante for MPP for no say Asantinin Kwandi with Jimmy. And that is something that the MPP for Oma build in their party. Oh, where do you say Santini or MPP ni? Automatic. It is how you Santini na on your MPP ni. That is the impression MPP for creating. And it's ultimately or such a mensa bonsu. No about bontene. Oh, Asante for Mutuaba, Emma NDC. You are not supposed to speak like that, especially when the party is from a town or a city that is cosmopolitan, a city that attracts every tribe, every person, every individual from different backgrounds, religious, political, business, different backgrounds meeting at Kumasi. And it's the MPP for say the majority of Asante for Mapano Omundoso, Assassin and so. Say the ma Asante eye Asante ye kese no eye the number of afrafo amanfrafo mo ti Asante. So the strength of Asante is the strength that comes from outside. And yet omuamuti Asante. And it's the MPP asem na nipa bi wa Asante memu jitum say aya de Asante for the atama me say we Jimmy. Una go tell we Jimmy because you alone and your group without due respect say Asante for won't mean to aba and for MPP ma power. You can't do it. It can never happen and it will never happen unless you take or you consider other people you live with. You consider the intelligence of other people you live with, do business with. That is the only way you understand the say. Sadia na ye nyina no ye ede ape bibi. Inti debia catch the MP before say until you people will detach the party from a chieftaincy, the party in the modern day Ghana will collapse. And then I make them say I will help the party to collapse because you see at a point people were speaking against Menshia. Nani pebi a deal to for them all because of MPP. Otumfo said to ofa eye opoku ware tiase na me metiase na me wi na me a young boy. Nobody could in any day or any time link the MPP to Menshia, even though we knew say MPP ni etino Menshia. In recent times, it is because of the way MPP4 have aligned with Menshia and the way Menshia has also allowed itself for NPP to align itself with it. It has given people the room to use words that are unprintable at Otumfo. Because you see, say the moment Menshia will draw the line and be like, fine, party no yetina santimemu nemum amanyosem ene ahinisem no eduru bebria mundi mu ahinisem mamanyosem na ohini ntina ne baby. But the moment the MPP is not able to do that, the moment they are not able to do that, the party will collapse. Because me girlfriend be no wa santimemu no ya kroboni ne papa ya santin ne papa yire ya santini saa girl no ne papa na ya kroboni na otia santimemu no saa girl no so ni nua be ma ya kroboni a waware mfantini wa santimemu. Until the moment you make the party look like, say, a Santi4 party, no, you are rather disintegrating the party. And the party started getting weaker from 2014. It started getting weaker and it started becoming weaker and weaker because the NPP thought to say, when they align the party more with Menshia and Asante4 Nkwano, it will be stronger. Forgetting, say, Oba Asante Memua, the Asante4 Kwano do one endorsement. amanfrafo na bema asante aye kese. Into the moment you do that, you start to make people take a step back. And that is how the party starts to weaken. And it's in the MPP is not attractive. Because then the Asante Memu and now Ashanti region. Now we include Dua, Emun Song and Asante 4. Yes. And now Asante Memu. Now we share Enquara 10. Uyimu 7. Emu 3 Asante 4 mapa. So why do you still want to affiliate the party to one tribe? The moment you do that, the party will never be back again. And that is why you have the party at this juncture or at this point where it is not attractive. Nobody wants to be part of it. You see, Abranti wa no kasa video no. Mameka bi nchiro. Sanka o 10 ni na nka kasa, anka obi o otoa o ya santi beka say fra kasa sanko 10 aboa. Because the idea is that oya 10 nko anase oya huneni, oya kroboni, onya santini no, his ideas will never be listened to. Somebody would denigrate or basically tell the people around to say, where do I tell on Tikasanasi with Jimmy? I will tell you respect, but I'm giving you the reality on the ground. And that is the difference between my show and other shows. I'm not able to cover things up. I'm not able to act and I'm not able to pretend. And you see, it's hard for me because naturally, if you want to be honest, you have to let people understand to say, one can you cannot be honest with them. That is the difference between my show and other shows. I cannot, if Asantini are there, why shouldn't I praise Asantini? Because I know Asantini for the MPP mu. And then in tough one corner in this no, we are all around. The moment you people and I said the NPP as a political party, they don't disassociate the party. Until the people leading the party come to that realization, say, Yama party na ya hinsamu dodo. Yeah, the tribe be nkwana atari party no. As time goes on, the party will diminish. Because oba santimemua. Yeah, census na wa santimem. Mami dwedwa mu nkyerɛw. Ya kan nipa dodo mo santimem no 2021 no. Nipa mo tia santimem no akamfo mo ka mese nkwa no mo 3.8 million pe. Akamfo no mo santimem. Into de yengina akamfo no nko aso. Ya ka krobo ya ka kowfo, ekuapemfo, bonofo, fantefo, omo mo ka mese akamfo. Akamfo mo Ashanti region no mo 3.8 million. Yenjina akamfo no nko aso. Now sa akamfo ni mu no yenya asantefo be 2 million say akamfo 3 million asantefo 2 million. Asantefo 2 million. 1.8 million no any na akamfo maka omotia santimem, which you know is not realistic. Now say the 2 million ni nyina kraba asantefo a 2 million no asantefo sign na ye eligible to vote. It's about 2 million, 500,000 and yet people who are below 18 years, which is not realistic because it's more than that. Nanka 1.5 million people. That's 1.5 million people. No, Yanka say you were valid vote people who can actually vote. Almost maybe 1.2 million. Some more 1.5 million in Akra near Kotwaba. Then 1.5 million. Do you want to tell me so? Obama MPP. Yenya a rejected ballot. Yenya people who also want to go to Alan Tremantin's party or vote for other things, or people who miss the voting. So you should not clearly say the Asante Kwana Modi affiliated party and then a good party no. These are the reality here. In Tuba Ashanti region in Kwa, Gadang before Kwame almost 60,000. Into Gadang before. And say, okay, the idea yes, you to my MPP Bima. Do you know what is going to happen? Because dang beniba could be a qua or the Asantini ba could be dinichi. Yawa ewe I wanna form qua 187,000. Into Yanka say, Obi to one or catch out say JJ Rollins Yakwasia Wukunipa. I wanna afford the Omunim Yansa and a Rollins. Now I wanna form one santimum said that be a some way dear. Yen to me kebin point remensia. Yen to be kebin chre edian bafo akuto because ye bu asanteman ye bu mensia na obi tena radio so ni TV so ka say awonafo JJ Rollins or the 1992 constitution by no or ye kwasia weku nipa na awonafo mo so estati feel say we are being targeted na mo so etwe omo twe omo ho do you know what's going to happen? Yako guan for me 53,000 we Ashanti region nko a yako Gama omo 204,000. Yapa Mole Dagbani, Dagomba for almost 700,000. It is out in radio, so can say. Sebio, enta for the Omi and Kwasia for in summer Ashanti regional, former Ashanti regional minister Nekaye, say enta for the Gary of one son of about Santimemu, enta for Akamba and Asifo, not enta for no Eric Kweli in. No one say yes, for a white. Do you know what's going to happen? The Ashanti region will break down. The NPP will collapse in a day. Now you see the technicalities. And I'm bringing this out because of Abrante Nasam no Kano. Oh, and some no Kano, or ya Santini Mapa. And the proudness in what he was saying, you know, Nina say, well, who light, you know, when we said Dabi, Muma Yenga is sad, you know, Yanka no Cruncher, and this applies to other tribes. I don't take any tribe out of it, but the reason why we are always on Ashanti region, any MPP near Santifone say, the party NPP, you know, there are so many political parties in power in Ghana, but none of these parties are associated more with a tribe than the NPP. That is your problem. And this or CPP or none of these parties, nobody has associated themselves or itself with a particular tribe. So the moment a party associates itself solely to a particular tribe, that party is bound to collapse. And you see, you might not see it now, but the politics understanding the dynamics. They are seeing the NPP disintegrate, and to put it back together is going to be tough. And then be a catcher Ghana for the reason why in here NPP for the door and I say Asante for the door be a more NPP mumpema asem say these are hard stuff. Asante ni ban kanchero. And no cre. It is a Osha groups for almost 129,000. Mandi for 143,000. Other ethnic groups almost 90,000. These people are all in the Ashanti region. Ye di aya akwesideya. Enya Asante for nkwana oho. No. Go and check. Majority of the people who donate to Otumfuo during akwesideya omunya Asante for. They are coming from outside. But they all live in the Ashanti region. So we need to understand, we need to be able to separate chieftaincy, clan, tribe from political party. The moment NPP gets to know that, the party will be attractive again. Then conscionable, reasonable people will lead the party. Because right now the party is being led by people who are daft. They cannot open the horizon to understand and say, we are in 2025 and it's not about a group. It's about a collective good of the nation. And that is what the NDC learned quickly from 2016. They were able to sit back to analyze the party to say, why have we created a gap between us and Ghanaians? They did not create a gap between themselves and tribes. They created a gap between NDC and the Ghanaians in 2014-15 because some people were not willing to help John Mahama. Because the Jandam against John Mahama, no, it was tough. So when they went into opposition, they sat down and said, no, the party needs to go to the people. The people are supposed to decide for Ghanaians because the people are the party. So anything on who the People's Manifesto, John Mahama, Professor Nano Pokwajim, they traveled around the nation, every part of the nation, and told the people, tell us what you want. And then almost about 2024, that is what you do. You align yourself with the people, you get comfortable with them, they get comfortable with you, they tell you their problems. In this, I will read the NDC for manifesto. Now read the MPP for manifesto in 2024, 2020. You could see a gap. There was a gap. The NDC manifesto was basically the people's problems. The MPP manifesto was basically pure politics. Fancy words. Because they did not understand. They could not align themselves. They were not able to let the party understand. They say, the people are the ones we are going to work for. It is our numbers we are. Now your MPP in there. I saw Transibusa say my party no the party has collapsed. And Yankopon wo me if I me say member me good party no ne anye no foforo. 42 years me guno. You will never come to power. There's no way you people come close to power. And I tell you, until you people change your ways, until you people start to speak truth, until you people take you people separate yourself from tribe, you can never rule this nation again. Because Endamenoka say, we are Asantimemu, Yinkwara Omodi 21-10, Emu 7 and Asante 4. Ask yourself why. It has changed the dynamics. Yet to Chroma and MPP ko we need seat to Volta region. MPP their campaign for 4 years, 8 years. Why? Because it was a shocker. Why? Because then I want to the reason why the MPP could not make inroads our Volta region and say when they decided to at the end of the 30,000 people, that is why people got pissed off. Because included them in the elections. The disrespect to some tribes, some groups. Let's get real here. Now, Shadie, a whole political party, a co-position, the biggest gap in the history of the world, 1.8 million. More candidate 38%. Now, most of a reporter, I also a civil partner. This is Sticker. Hear what he said about the report.
But MK, I then now conduct a report. Now, constituency will be and was all contacted to report. Oh, look, what the fan crisis in the access will can. Me fear what you craft from MP or Chikosia. I thought that I'm a Saturday in the park about 70 in the Gumi fee. So many say me bantama. Busobia or constituency. But Chikosia will be. Me you know me see agents no any constituency for Busomo. Woman in the bedroom. Okay, you know the way I am. Me tell me how many nights, but me tell me. Honestly speaking, me main gate come fee for security reason. Can you ask me kabame come come in sorry. Padlock okra nem. Mimi fie. I can say I'm the only MP who be me fear padlock na me gate. They come main gate. Obi an obetu maka so mabasta kefie na ya matna efie na chi abonten twen da. Ko ba bi te Santase roundabout taxi rank so mu tie mi a. Ho ana mi ama fa ho. Mi am evolution. O enanye anya monye kakrakra. Ko ba bi te Cindy's taxi rank. Ho ana ma fa ho enanye na ma che bia 50-50 ama drivers ni nyina. Ko Santase market mi no ka say. Mamma wo mo 100,000, 1 billion. Said you won't find it. No crown. They say Ayeka. The movie be grantia. Movie call no. Me ami to me be at 10,000. Mumfanya security 100 million. Organ na me call. At a smaso market jano. Na kron for home. Me na kwe gate ho nyina mo. We nya ban sika. Mati football club. Kumasi FC. Amenshi yeso en ne kohwe. Akwa han dan na omo ba akwa tena ma yesisi bi kura da so to e de car bed yi adwuma ma omo constituency every weekend am me nyese adwuma de ni tu kwan ana bibia si akra wo mase ya enti asembe no omo kana obi an contact him obi am sa mehwe obi am sa bibia me executives ni nyina from suru be si form ken onim say
all say what free honorable team is about.
Yes.
Ede na okachere.
Maka we nyina akere.
O se say.
O was so back to me. O to me for. It me dey me problem. But omo yes am ken. Omo retract omo apologize because entro. So omo anya e dey kwen fa solution asante obi abeka na dwe already so. If this is what they want to do and nobody should call me and stop me obi antin we run. Politics no.
This is the typical MPP to you or for you. Oh, they know why they lost in the Ashanti region. Omunim de mamu lose here. But omu di omochini se omojimi. They know. Oseche mensa bo subetna asempa keka kankwase se onim no kure no ba odada omu. Because onim say nipa bi yakatu omu trim say the party eyedien ye obonyo no. Enti ba omia Ekufuado Oseche mensa bonsu omu amaka Kennedy they know. But the followers of the party no sa impeniform di edim nim so mo jimi hweste kan ti se woduro ya wo mafi wom aye de be yebunebunu what you what to work inti or say makocho report about say you lose election na mokoya report no omokoya investigations no omoko around the nation no this is what they found or say chairman sabuso betena obi show so akeka kwase asem Stika said nobody was contacted so when I'm going to culture report no it means a group of people seeing the foolish masses, they created something and gave them a report. And let me tell you, you'll be shocked to know, say, Ochnanopa, in Kofoya, yeah, Kasamo say, MPP for Bumsamu and Kwasia, they'll be sitting on radio defending them. TikTok, Omu kan. Omu Jimmy, they are just defending because yes, why Santiniba. Na meme ya unenina unenie Jimmy. ade na mentina ma ahunani njimi me infantini ba na infantini ejimi a why should I sit there and say infantini na jimi krampo no mense so I'm not going to do that. And these are things that we need to understand. It's a party, no. I know it's a party good, but people don't know it's a party good. They know there's no political party BM as MPP. A good, the party is gone. And I am going to let it manifest physically in the eyes of Ghanaians. Any MPP for. I see the MPP people, they are like junkies. I say, I say, man red. Red. The party has no focus. The party has no direction. Because you see, the MPP as a political party, you know, when you destabilize or dismantle Ashanti region, the party is gone. And you know, when you dismantle Ashanti region, the party is gone. Until the moment you are able to dismantle Ashanti region, there's no MPP. But the funny thing too is, I know MPP for what you say Ashanti region will win your elections. It is not Ashanti region. When Ghanaians want to vote for them, everybody come together. We vote for them to win power. But in their head, you know, some vote in the Ashanti region. So the moment you destabilize the Ashanti region, party, you know, a jonkolize it. But nobody can tell me in Ghana today, say, when you destabilize the voter region, NDC, you can't say that. Let me tell you something. Ghana have political parties now at it, you know. So per tribe and also we are tribalistic and feel entitled. Or politics more. Now say NDC, a voter region, votarians, you know, in the NDC. And say everything there. Now say nobody should even try so be contested abroad on your votarian or NDC. But you see, the votarians, even though I wouldn't need a NDC, even though I wouldn't need a far NDC or plan, even though I want for and a tituno, Sebio, Yakas Omona, join the NDC start here. But as we sit here, I want to phone in the NDC, they understand say it is through your hard work. It is through what you can do and your relevance. It is through you as a person, what you bring to the table. It is, see, they have not made the party about them. They have not made the party say, NDC. They don't do that because they believe, say, in a political party, people share ideas. Because Saul Shebupa and clear cut in Ghana, no, Nango say I want to very entitled in the NDC. Yeah. The opportunities are infantifonia or NDC, no, Nango say I want to phone any more but I want to phone they are still there. And you know what? They believe in democracy and they believe in an organization where everybody should prove themselves to lead. So for a very long time, Utumiwa uneni na or support Fantini to become a flag bearer. Utumiwa uneni na or support Teni to become a flag bearer because they understand to say your work, your delivery, your commitment. That is what will put you where you have to be. But let's flip the coin. Let's just suppose the whole thing. Yanko Asantibem Yanko MPP. What do you see? Entitlement. Yedimsa na po Jimmy. Yedimsa na po nimunyansa. Yes, still you're running mate. They told the party, so when you running mate in front of and it is clearly showing, say, party, no, it's not a party that can be a party inclusive or be able to join. No. Napo Jimmy, you tumufu, you see, and Tiasia, your penapo, Adentia, you saw for him fee. You see, for or your dish year, Napo, into Napo, ya kwasiakra, yan fanemra. The moment Napo joined the MPP campaign, he collapsed it. And this is the reality. These are facts. I am not making anything up. That is why millions of Ghanaians watch me every night. Because they know, Sir Kevin, when I sit here, it's not being selective against anybody. It's being truthful on the issues. Into the NPP you see on the surface, a collapse. I know what I'm telling you. And we are not supposed to allow anybody the room to bring this MPP back, because this particular party is not a party for the people. It's a party for a few who feel entitled. Into video now, who's a Abrantiania Santini, Okasa Sano, a new wave is blowing through Ghana, and a time will come, you will not even be able to say, where are Santini and now where are Munini or Oka politics. you will see on Unity TV so Oma Watiache say he is speaking or she is speaking for the NPP seriously because the issues are what people will be looking at. At a point, you will see Asantini speaking on issues for a political party you never ever thought to say, or better not TV so a defend it. This is where we are. Into young boys no more Germany, Asantifon Kwarano, any UK, or more TikTok no. When they are coming to Ghana, they are not comfortable coming to Kumasi. I'm telling you. When they are coming to Ghana, they are not comfortable. Because when they come to Kumasi, the vibe is very low. And the Sankorano, if you tell them today, between the MPP and NDC, they'll choose the NDC. Because I didn't know who one crano or Pebi Kumasi. And until the NPP gets to that point, that realization, the party is gone. And Yami Bomi, Samembrana Meguno, Namima, we are saying you know, a pathway and yet. Into 42 years and over, you have to stay in opposition, stay away from power. Say, Eba Hinia, we give it to you. Nobody has a problem with Ahinie. But when it comes to governing, protecting this country, building this nation democratically, electing leaders, political parties leading us, the NPP can never be underestimated because it's a party that is not for everybody. It's a party that is for a few. I'll be back to continue the show.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
We are still live on Loud Talents TV. Show we Obienim say is the best show in Ghana. Because in Yabu Training Chichen Semu Emma Ghana for Ehu Eye no Kreno. Now, let me show you this. Show now they are starting yedi. Now, before I start the show proper, remember this boy is a criminal. His name is Williams Anefi Sapo. Ma catch the Ghana for me. I'm not going to stop. Boy, we be share the baby or a crumb for. Do not allow him close to you. Or a crumb for or the John Mahamadin Ebokrono. Ma catch and say Umbra Facebook for 10 seconds. No mbeka say Osi gold D&D or a refinery be obe or ni Dubai phobia Arabian CB. On fa John Mahamadin kodada omo enko se odi rio musika on mechanic on mechano Facebook 10 seconds video say me Anefi Sapon me ye meeting bi ambo John Mahamadin wo mu biem da say John Mahama madamfo na nipa bi fa sika mame na me bie oil refine a gold refinery na John Mahama ebe boama sika ba 10 seconds oh we are the same video no another 10 seconds on country Ghana for say or your doctor, not for the certification entry. That's all. 2 things. So, I will make sure I follow him till he dies. Ne mame, eye kromfo, ne papa, so ye kromfo. Ne papa nie, papa no enso eye wi. Abrante ejuma odi nyina ne papa nim hu bi. If you say since I'm static as abrante we embra. Na ombe den, na ombe kanche Ghana for so onye kromfo or your doctor, na the certificate nie, onfa Mahamadin. Papa we nim se oka kro no hu nti on kanche ne ba ne se onye. Papa we aka che ne ba ne se mama ne nye. Because senebane be ya or ne papa no obeko jail. Ne papa nie oyewi ono so ye kromfo. Ne maame enie. Asori bia obehu maame wom bia no mombo no ho oye kromfo ba. Ne ba ne ye kromfo. Asori bia okomon kanjen se na eno obai onye video ikeke no nka nkyere Ghana for se onfa Mahamadin koji sike bia. Onfa Mahamadin kodada abrofu bia. Ena osaye doctor. Eno ade na nka nkyere oban man because maame we ye kromfo one ne ba ne bokro no. Maka kyere mo. Williams Anefi Sapon is a criminal. The hospital said and bi na wo Spintex clinic no. We kunipa miensa ho. He has murdered 3 people there. And I've warned the man who rented that building to him to shut it down. I have warned the man who rented that building to him to shut that building down onto the free building him because 3 people have been murdered in that clinic. This is his siblings. Ninya Bema and Ninya Bani. These 2 kids are enjoying from this guy's booty. They know Ejuma Omobraye. Omobra describe Achiromo. Omu nyina so omu sua. They are doing fraud. These are his people. Why we need to baby? I'm going to say Kevin Taylor say Mobra Omra. No one the certificate make sure so a doctor. Now some country we as say on John Mahamadin enkobo krono on continue good business deal bia mu a one country enko for so the John Mahama picture inti omo fa sika ne ma no na John Mahama e na egi sika no boy we oyewi your friend Williams Anefi Sapon. Inti I am not done. Every single day my production will carry this news. Every single day until this boy comes to say on fa John Mahama din enye sa not ordinary certificate as a doctor so abechreye. Okay, so court na me twen no. Me were about 6 lawyers in Ghana waiting. 6 waiting. Into court now so kono our him court no sa law firm no I am still waiting for them to serve me. Now momen ko tie eye Endra any twa betting tax in Ghana for den.
Hey, as a man on go form okay. And ania Manchester match e okobo ya menye bi kakredi. Mika yi miska o mo phone su o mate me. Na as a man o mo jom ana o fi say yankwala o Ghana ha na. Yankwala o. Ni akoso okromi ya yekita phone yekita wasa yenya yehu. Me say betting tax we ya team more than 5 good times in club. Medi Manchester, medi Liverpool, medi Real Madrid, medi Chelsea. Ni na ya team. Ni na government oti. Edme ya so samso me. Inti ujana nda ye beti afuka chance beti beni ko na pesa wadada wan. Sanya manyamu enta na ma yeto abedi tia o. Mungu so me ye bagu so ato abeti am da.
This thing is what I'm surprised of for the minority to come and say that they never implemented the betting tax. But I have friends say no, I don't stake bets. I have friends here who have shown me their slip that they've won and the money has been deducted. So who is taking that money? I think this government should find out, do a thorough investigation and find out and brought those people to book. Because it's strange that a whole government then, with a finance minister of such intelligence, who come and tell us they never implement the betting tax, but yet people, monies are being deducted when they won. And this is more criminal than what we are hearing from even the ghost names. This is more dangerous and serious. The opposition, if they knew what they have said, I think they have to come back again. You sit down for somebody, an individual, to be deducting people's money without government knowing it. This country, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. MPP, if they don't take it, they will be in opposition for long. Because the youth will be asking, those that their money has been taken will be asking, if you said you did not implement it, then who is taking the money? There are evidence that people's taxes have been deducted. So who was then taking the money? Where?
It's a lie because they actually did. I have friends who were betting and then whenever they win and they are taking their money, they do complain that their money has been taken. So it's a lie. I mean, they implemented it and it was working.
They implemented it. Go and ask Miracle, this guy, and the MPP communicator. What is his name? Miracle Abwaji. Yes. He said that they implement it. So
who don't know? Even a child born yesterday know there is betting tax in Ghana. This one is unnecessary.
But is there a way they bring that taxes? So why he said that he never implement anything? He know everything. He can't say that.
They be a catch the MP before say, "Mojo say Ghana for Jimmy on." Mojo say Ghana for Yankwasiafo. You people have no idea the ordinary Ghanaian now muhu so we Jimino. Obekeke MPP out of power for 50 years. Now, there's one thing I keep telling Ghana for any MPP for. Sa 442 formation I'm born from 1992. Bobo against JJ Rawlings. Bobo Yadebesi Atamel so Edibo Mahama. Sa 442 no enye juma biemu. The boys now almost take bet no. Omo soccer bet no. They know say you were taking their money. And they are not stupid. Obi did 3,000. Now we get 300 Ghana. Oji say onwana. So for you to even come out, Adams to say we never took betting tax. Right now they are trying to explain to us what kind of bet and what kind of bet that was taken and which kind of bet and what it stands for and whether it is singular or plural or whether it is a consonant or an adjective. They want to know whether the bet, the finance minister, it is a single pronounced verb or a singular simple person. Madam Enyen, come and help me here. My English teacher, that's her name. Madam Enyen. Madam Enyen, yeah, that's her name. Right now, the MPP, you know, I'm over some church say betting tax and your kinds of betting tax. And I keep telling these people, say someone who gonna for some you people are never coming back to power because until you realize say you can never win their trust. And it's make a Ghana for say the fulfillment of promise that John Mahama are fulfilling. All these things John Mahama and NDC for you know. And I said this yesterday. The NDC is a political party. They are bound to make mistakes. But it is our responsibility as citizens to direct them and guide them because we have an agenda to fulfill. And that agenda is a 42-year agenda to make sure, say, irrespective of the distractions we get on the way, we will keep the NDC in power to make sure, say, we are all part and happy about, you know, it becomes a success. The NDC agenda is a Ghana agenda. The 42 years agenda, no, it is a Ghana agenda which will put Ghana up there whereby we will not get young people crossing the desert to go to Niger, go to Italy, go to Morocco, to cross to go to Barcelona or Spain to make a living. What we are seeing today from John Mahama and the NDC, you know, is a new kind of idea in Ghana whereby if we all come together and make sure that Jandam does not exist at all, and then we become one people without being selective, way free here, party ban or war, and we decide to help the NDC. 42 years, Ghana will be like Sri Lanka. Ghana will be like Malaysia. Ghana will be like United States. Ghana will be like in Corona Mopesa Mokosono. Until we all have to understand, right now the young people out there, no, they are looking at the government, the goodwill at Mahama War, and what he's showing today, the experience and commitment and the humility and the respect or the tier Ghana for her. You see, today I saw this. John Dramani Mahama made a statement today from the Jubilee House. Matisse said today, and a year deputy ministers, no, most of them, no, Mahama basically endorsed them. Now, John Mahama made a statement today at the Jubilee House, or say, some of you who are rushing for positions, you are also covered by the asset declaration rule. President Mahama has directed the Chief of Staff to ensure that all CEOs and deputy CEOs of government departments and agencies declare their assets immediately. John Mahama said, "Washe eye dieng, washe eye Chief of Staff, washe nemra say." CEOs, deputy CEOs, agencies na I will say obia declare the assets. Let's go listen to the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Let me also remind that the requirement to declare assets also includes all those who have been appointed as CEOs and deputy CEOs in government departments and agencies. Some of those people think they are not included. The amended law included all of them. So those who are rushing for position, you are covered by the assets declaration rule. And so they should declare their assets as quickly as possible. I've asked the Chief of Staff to write to all such persons to declare their assets promptly with the Auditor General's office. The sacrifices I ask you to make are to secure a prosperous future for posterity. And you must never sacrifice a secure future for the pleasures of this fleeting moment. The task of resetting and building the Ghana we want is enormous. However, experience has shown that the enormity of the challenge of governance does not demand an elephant-sized government, but rather it demands effective leadership.
So, President Mahama Ekasande no say, asset declaration or manaba form, senebeya omom form crampona, or public servants, majority and the homes of CEOs, deputy CEOs, agencies, government agencies, obian declaring assets. Now, John Mahama is doing something. He's resetting this country. He's trying to make the people believe in the system again. Because you see, under the NPP, under Ekufuado, and it's Hankwasiafo Yoboba Nansiyano, we lost their confidence in the system. We all gave up. And then Albert Senko focus say NDC and NPP politicians are the same. John Mahama is trying to rewrite history by making things right. He's resetting the country for we the citizenry. Sebio, yeah, the Yentuminko Jubilee House, Yentuminko Jina TV, so no, we will start to believe in the system. And if a government, if a president, if a political party shows these kinds of signs from the beginning of their governance, now so we are Ghanaian, now what witnessing governance. Now you need to be ready to help that government stay for long. Because this government, if whatever they are doing, they are able to achieve 60 to 70% of it, Ghana will be a better place. Yes. Enya what John Mahama is doing now, if they are able to achieve 60 to 70% of all the things he's trying to do now, resetting the system, declaration of assets, making sure the system is clean, making sure corruption is being fought in the right way, we as Ghanaians, our problems will be solved and that we will be on the right path. Anytime catch a Ghana for say, where we are now, we are not supposed to derail, retrogress, go back and be like, oh, and the moment we do that, all that we are building now that we see the signs to say, they are positive signs, it will be destroyed. Because you see, the NPP as a political party in opposition, even still in opposition, they are lying. Still in opposition, they are lying. They have never respected you people. They still don't respect you people in opposition because the foolish masses are so let us be very cautious. I would never sit on this platform and say, when the NDC goes wrong, I wouldn't speak on it. I will. When John Mahama takes decisions that I don't like, I will speak on it. Especially like somebody like the CID boss. She needs to be sacked. Why is she there? There are some people who are supposed to be sacked. Why is the CID boss still a post? She needs to be sacked. Until there are so many things that people like us, we are waiting to see the government will take decisions. Friday, we will see the fate of IGP Dampare. So we all need to understand. Say, if you are building a nation, you don't rush. You take your time and you make the right decisions at the right time. You take your time, make the right decisions at the right time. Because so every day you get liars coming and do misleading the people. Because for the past 8 years, we have been misled by these piglets from MPP for 8 good years. These people did not build one hospital. One hospital. They could not build one university. They could not basically add anything to our nation. Today, but in this short period, you see what John Mahama and the NPP, NDC are doing? They are changing, they are calibrating, they are changing the system. They are fixing things. We need to allow them to keep fixing. They are going to make mistakes, but we need to support them. Because until we do that, say, losing focus, we are done. Now, see, this is one appointment I am very proud of. And I want to say on record, when I saw this appointment, Brigadier General Maxwell Obuba Mante appointed the Director General of the Narcotic Control Commission. The Narcotic Control Commission was one commission I was always on when the NDC were in opposition. I had always said, until you get the right people to lead the Narcotic Commission, we are always going to have the influx of criminals and drugs into the system. At a point, Ghana as a nation, we were basically the transit point for narcotics. When they moved Obi to say, Mr. Ade, Echo Narcotic Control, he went to GRE. This old man went there for money. At a point, I did a scandal. whereby $200,000, 200 kilos of raw cocaine was seized. I was on narcotic control. So where are those things? Nobody spoke. And I was campaigning and saying, we need people who understand these kind of things to manage it. We need people with experience. We need people who can understand the dynamics. Because you need somebody who can think of how a Navy officer thinks. He can also think how an immigration officer thinks. He can also think how a police officer thinks. That person can look at all these things and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. You need people who have experience. Now, when I heard the appointment of this man, I took my time, said, me could read about him. And you see, we have a lot of good people, experienced people, dedicated people who have served this nation, and we kept them on the sidelines because politics, essay Crowe. Now, this man, under question narcotic control, you will see the changes. You will see how disciplined and how structured the Narcotic Control Board Commission will be. I took my time, I studied, I read about this man. I was surprised. I realized that John Mahama just doesn't make appointment. He takes his time to get the right people at the right places. And I would like to applaud the president for this decision. Because you see, these are people with ranks in the army that no foolish person can just look at their face and speak anyhow. Because you look at his background, you look at what he knows, you look at his experience. So you as a small officer or whoever you are, you cannot just look at this man and say, I'm just throwing my weight around. You can't. Because he's coming with a lot and vast experience, and he's here to protect his integrity. Such people have been in the army for years. They want to, at the end of the day, retire in dignity. They want to go home with something. They are not going to use this to swell all the hard work they have been able to do in the army. This is a general. This is not a political stooge. This is not some criminal, a politician thinks to say, Okoshawa, Obekata. So this is a general who has been working. This is a general who has been sacrificing patriotism while ye BBR to get here, and he will make sure he protects this nation. And this is what I want politicians to understand. Put the right people at the right place. This is one of the best appointments I've heard from John Mahama. And I took my time, go and read the background of this man. You will understand that now Ghana is resetting. We are getting right people to manage the country. Because you need people with intelligence and experience. And this, I will applaud the president. And my message to this man is that the patriotism of the serve Ghana military, it might go through the ranks to get to this point. I believe and I know. And from what I have read, he is basically going to make sure he walks out as a hero. And whether it is going to be for 4 years, it's going to be for 8 years, for 15 years, he needs to leave a mark. And I believe, and because of the experience these people have and the commitment, Master, for somebody to serve in the army to become a general, a patriotism, because at a point, also go jai. But when people sacrifice their half of their life, almost 60% of their lifetime on earth, to serve in the military, then they really love their nation. And these are the kind of people we need. So I applaud the president for this decision. The Narcotic Commission is a very sensitive place that we need people who understand, who have some kind of credibility. And this man has passed all the tests. And I believe that he's going to make some changes. He's going to bring some change to the Narcotic Commission. And Ghana as a nation, the resetting for 42 years, we know, sir, from the things we are seeing, any of these kind of things, we are all in the right hands. Thank you. Now, look at this. Today, after the budget was read, maybe some MPP for Ghana for MPP for Ghana for some young Kwasia for. Let me show you why. Which one is this? Mr. S, forget this one. Pele Pele, the one about the move. Forget Pele Pele, Mr. S. Oh, no, it wasn't coming from you, Mr. S. Yes, so thank you very much, team. My team wanted me to show you this. As I was talking about the general, when I was talking about this general, my team just sent me something to show to you. And the Kufuado and the MPP. The reason why I'm saying people like these, they are asset to the nation. When the MPP, they were in power, these are some of the things. Not you. Ghana identified as transit country for drug trafficking, British High Commission. Until you see, and this was in 2022. Because the people who were at the Narcotic Control Commission, they were criminals. They were just opening the doors for drug addicts, drug peddlers, drug cartels to just bring drugs into this country. We became a transit point, and the British High Commission, I'm going to release that statement, Anytime I say the appointment by John Mahama, by putting this man there, Mr. Mante, General Manteno, John Mahama has made the best decision. He has made the best decision for this country. And then I made mal. But I wanted you to know, say, the facts are there. I didn't just say it, but there were facts that was supporting what I was saying. Because this platform, we don't want anyone to think, say, I can't say, yeah, so all the things I was saying, there was a reason. Anytime I'm somebody reason extra, right now, from 2022, British High Commission Crackacher said Ghana is a transit point for the drugs, narcotics. We need men like these. And they, I believe, from what I have read and what I am reading now, his background and his integrity and credibility in the army as a general, we are in safe hands. And we know our borders will be safe. Our system will be safe. Young men today, drugs, Ghana. And we need people like these who have strong hands to take firm decisions to stop that drug addiction. There are a lot of drugs that are coming into this country that needs to be stopped. And I believe that men like these can do this job. Now, my mention the reason why it's here MPP for Ghana for. Ghana for say for. Now, the former finance minister, deputy finance minister, Mami Wey Mokaino. This is the woman Okoye merry-go-round as a train bima nebus nikrom as a deputy finance minister. Oh, Mr. Get me that video. Also, Okoye loco be na okote sa nikrom ahim for betre mu ana omote merry-go-round bi mu no Mami Wey. Girl we. Onna na deputy kenoforiata Mami Wey we wie sika. We ntumi ndia ma ne komu anhyehyɛ. We wie Ghana sika nyina sela hu na isa kokoba tan. Okasa I say ye di moka wo de tiko. We wie Ghana sika nyina ni komu nkasa isa kokoba tan. Or sign kwase contract or wie sika or see we expected them to show some level of clear funding for Agenda 111. Ye wie budget na ye kan wie no or see on tiasie adenti na NDC for amfa sika entwa sika o budget ma ye kwa kosi Agenda 111 mumie ntie eye akokoba tan.
And the MPP has been vindicated. Let us wait for the numbers again from the IMF in April 2025, and clearly you see that we will be vindicated once again. I believe that they have lost touch with the people. They haven't been truthful to the people. And clearly, one other thing that I saw missing, totally, was a plan to fund the Agenda 111. These are investments that government use public funding. So you cannot tell us that you are not going to fund it, you are going to leave it in that state that it is. Otherwise, when you do that, you'll be causing financial loss, to the states. We expected them to show some level of clear funding for the Agenda 111. We did not see that. So people who have these uncompleted buildings and constituencies that have these uncompleted hospitals in their constituencies, how do you think they will feel? Are they not part of Ghanaians? So we expected to see some level of progress in that. We are not saying complete all in one financial year, but then there should be a plan to complete it in their term of office. We did not see that too. So, this budget, I am sure their base will be disappointed. A lot of Ghanaians will be disappointed. And those who voted for them for the first time will realize that...
See some cheap politics be all here. Can you check? Cheap politics be all here. Wukomun kasenka sese odotobri bank for gate ano. And I would you for your take in Kwasi asem wo Ghana. Wukomun tokro se boase kwan. Edi asana na akoba tan ikan. Osi a ontia se e wo senka budget ne kan ye no. Aden na John Mahama ntwe sika ye de be si Agenda 111 na aboa toriwa. Until you are telling us to say Agenda 111 mo ensi. Na mo Agenda 111 na ebesi mutim na mo ka asem mo beye no. Na munim se sika na sika na ho e na mo so mo beye no. Mo ye moa. You are foolish people. Mona mama politics aya time. You and who are disappointed. Bisi wo komu kasenka se anhwa kwanta highway. E se de entina nka mo ye Agenda 111 na musi ye no. Na musi ye no. De sika na mo di si. Now we are deputy finance minister. So there was no money sitting there. Because if there was money sitting there, you should have completed agenda 111. Boom. A BLM catches MPP for your Jimmy. And you see, sometimes you don't have to blame them. You don't have to blame them because John Mahama about power, the first thing he said was that his government is not going to start any new project. And now what they are going to do is that they are going to make sure, say, a project, there was a partnership from outside, and the complete, they will find partnership and complete. There was a bind so etwaso, they will find money and continue. Because Sika, sir, about time, akokoba time we mu edino. There's no need for us to leave a project that are existing. Project that existed before Nkwasiafo we about power, a MPP before. Because before the MPP came to power, there were projects under free SHS, e-blocks, they were supposed to just paint it in Nkwasiafo Ghana. They said no. San Nkwasiafo we about power. John Mahama to me see free SHS eboso. Majority of them, they were schools kids could enter and study. They were just supposed to open it. About time we, about time we, on the MPP forecast said no, omumbie adaya, ye bia John Mahama beje credit. But John Mahama about power no, what can on several occasions say he wants, or the government of Ghana wants to continue Agenda 111 because in Kwasiafo Tisemo, you could not complete one. Sa obata we kasa de komu kasa nkasa se beifu ofri Japan no na nkoso ka che Ghana for say ye de agenda 111 ne bai no ene esi edu nson ene esi 30 why you draw smu insu abegina be ka kire say ai you are disappointed and won't hear o we ge said ya opampoboa e was Uzbekistan Kwasiafo mu power wo as a deputy finance minister ade a wodi ko ukuro mu nie wo when you are honorable Abra or say Asari, the Niswadi who the die so. And I'm my honorable Abra or say Asari, and the die so ne the Niswadi who I don't know. We are here behind a trail. On one or Titi and or Shisha and the baby. But you are in Germany, Tapa for Germany, Kumasi for Germany. And you mean pressure for us, Mama want to money. There's something you got to be doing. Honorable, Mammy, shut out, shut out, shut out. Why are dear? Why do you say, me have a cassetiana? Mean cassetiana. Honorable, or Bantampa, Nakuma. Chese. Senior and near my con, if we are sending near my con, one say no for now. You need something to entertain yourself, you need something to release stress. Who say, oh, you know, na pantine, baby, as a deputy finance minister. Why you come said the other dadwa? Unkomka says you don't that dwabebo danso. Abejina, and you don't understand. And I and they don't know funding. And hey, shut up. Upon time say opener. What you say Jimmy Ohu? What you say Yankwasiafo? What you say yeti Ghana no? Yenina Yankwasiafo to say chema to me. Udi finance minister of Ghana and I could try well that Okofa well that for be no to try and turn out na nanum kotinimu. Adia du ko ukrom nam di achira no. Adia utimi di ko ukrom as a deputy finance minister and I'm the achiro no Kwasiato obegina say they need funding young governors can influence him young governors and ukom yama gala wo ukom tokro ne young kopesi kan besi agenda 111 ukom tokro no enum ne yama gala ne yama yisika evan kosi agenda 111 who just come to war wa pantan say moku obegina ho and we don't understand and hey can you never rig phone because na ndwene ho Someone kwasi ade we mo yesa nipa nka bibia nkyere mo. You go kana say what did you about them? Now what men can do women can do ye did me matter me ni matter emwa. And then they say what men can do women can do. Now if men can do it and women can do it, oba jimi am ndi natem. Mo boboda won. Na enkwasi ade no mrete wo. The last time I make a girl here why say backpack e give to worry. Why say Nike backpack. Kwasi abasa ne nam Ghana. Ye dinner tam ye nchini tuma mo se mo ntiase. Mo se de You have not heard that before. What men can do, if women can do, when women fool, we need to insult them the way we insult men. Me, I respect women who respect themselves. Oyo ba na onya kromfo na o sebio umbunipa na umbunipa se nipa ejimia. I will respect you. Na oyo ba na o politics na wa adwene o say nipa ya nkwasiafo a na oyo ba ntimi de achew obodam ne de kokosi wa wo de woti konenom enya wa no na odenom. Me, I don't discriminate when it comes to gender. Masa, I believe say adia bema betumi aye no oba betumi aye. Enti the same responsibility a bema wo no and the same responsibility no oba wo. And that is what I believe in. Ejuma oba be ye no bema betumi aye, ejuma bema betumi aye no oba betumi aye. Enti men fan hye wutirim say enne de we your oba na oba di nkwasiasem na tetene ho. Bema di nkwasiasem de yenka. No, we your oba na wajimi a na o se kwase e be so kwase a. And this statement from this Egyptian camel, the question here is, did you leave any money? Very dirty people. Very, very dirty people like you. Mopa, Monka Bibia se Kevin Taylor did yatem. The moment I'm over start respecting Ghana for intelligence, no Ghana for best at bumo. Mwejimi, who just came to offer agenda 111. 111 hospitals. Go and listen to John Mahama. This is what John Mahama said. Even today, when John Mahama met foreign dignitaries, he made it clear. Or see, abino here foreign partnership to complete Agenda 111. Because Nkwasiafo from MPP, led by a foolish idiot like Ekufuado and the Baumia comedian and the stupid group calling themselves Asunomano, they did not leave a dime for the so-called Agenda 111 hospitals. And what John Mahama is doing right now is that he is trying to get some partnership. He wants public-private partnership so that na omabeye hospitals no say among for kra fra brochire edi omusika ba na omutumi hospitals no 20 na omka so running hospitals for 10 years omuwie na omti omka na omde hospital maya. I will agree. Kwasiafo monyoma batema na mkoyi na moni agina mutwetwa service na sign up John Mahama here no. John Mahama made sure somebody brought their money to build the port, and then later the person has to work, take their money out and give us our port. And I'm telling the government of this country, the Agenda 111 project, Munya investors, don't worry yourself. When we get investors, private investors who are willing to spend to build the Agenda 111 hospital, let them do it. Let us sit with them, have a deal, let them run the hospital for how long they want to run it for, take their money out, and then we take our hospital back as our property. That's it. Agenda 111. This is what John Mahama said.
Yesterday in the budget, the minister mentioned the Ghana Labour Export Program, and that is going to set up centers of excellence in raising the skill of Ghanaian youth to international standards so that they can work anywhere in the world. And based on agreements we'll sign with different governments, we can send electricians, welders, engineers, civil engineers, masons, carpenters, people with a very high skill. We can send them out to go and work on fixed contracts and come back. We discussed it with them. IMO, when I was in Munich at the Munich Security Conference, we met the international IOM, International Office for Migration, and they are bringing some technical expertise to work with us in setting up that program. We want to stop young people, unskilled, trying to cross the Sahara, the Mediterranean to try and reach Europe. If they know there's a legal way in which they can go, have skills, go and work and be able to earn some money, come and invest back at home, I think that it will be a better means of doing that than what is happening currently. With regards to healthcare, would like to see what the cooperation is. We do have a problem with our hospital facilities. The previous government started a huge project in healthcare, building more than 100 hospitals, and somehow we're stuck because they spent a lot of money and not been able to operationalize any of them. And so we're looking to see if we can have some cooperation with the private sector or any entrepreneurs that are into health hospital management to finish those hospitals and manage them over a period of time in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service. And so that's an area that is open to.
So John Mahama met investors and he's telling them, we have a problem because the government before, they left a huge project that they did not fund. And when we are saying the government before, we are talking about this Amani and Tokro Dan Kum. You fools left a big, huge project that you could not find money to fund. What's around a pa? What the aye so clean a horo to Aquashe Vietnam for we gibi. Echi aye Mozambique for makeup be abejina kwashe aye Pakistan for glasses. Abejina say we don't understand and the funding go find way. Ye metu to ukomu tokro say aye Amansia West for Galamsey site. Niye me yisi kan go ya agenda 111. Ukomu tokro say Amansia West for Galamsey site. Ehon niye metu sika mbem ko ya agenda 111. Listen to what the president is saying. Foolish girl. Yama to me 8 years. Nkwasiade a odiko ukrom ni. Nkwasiade a odiko ukrom ni.
When you are honorable Abra or say Asari, the Niswadi who the die so. And I'm my honorable Abra or say Asari. And the die so ne the Niswadi who. I don't know. We are here behind the trail. On one or Titi and or Shisha and the baby. But you are in for Germany, Papa for Germany, Kumasi for Germany, and you mean pressure for us, Mama want Germany. There's something you got to be doing.
Honorable Mammy, shut out, shut out. Why are dear? Why do you say? Maybe I cassette yana.
Because there's someone who and when people for Mudino Ghana. Because there's someone who have my mention my dear Bako. Look at this too. Try there. Akwawe, Tamana Baumia, vice president, one and I advise Baumia. The friend of Gideon Boakum. We are Sikako Parliament. Sa Akwawe, a bank sign, a year Bank of Ghana. No, Ako Bank of Ghana, who I catch them so Sromo. Mama Mon transfer, Quasiasarum. Oh, Oko Bank of Ghana catch them so Sromo. Na yire no e wo se na yire ne tena kra kwasia na omo mugu srem no omo yedwuma Bank of Ghana omo ye moa o yire kwasia pay no Bank of Ghana no ono ochen obi na omo te eye sehwia tontombra eye dwuma government of Ghana Bank of Ghana no. These are the foolish people we have been entertaining in Ghana. Now muntie kwasia semia no ono so be kan o TV so ne MPP for say e mo chance mo ba pa obi ma na yeso ye moa. These are people we are not even supposed to entertain. Ye hu omo TV so na nke hwedwu nso gu omo so ne apam omo. Ye hu omo na hwedwu nso gu omo ne apam omo. Omo ye see jimia to the point to say even in opposition these fools are still lying to Ghanaians. Now tie no, listen to this guy. Ba omyankwa siade obey nyina we na ne tunufo. Ojina osa say ye say oh yeah yes ade we ya oh yeah kwasia we na national Mr. President it's okay. Yeah, you can do it. Ba omyan jimi o TV so daddy bo aben no pepe daddy bo aben no first year na mame we nim nyansa ko catch say boss this is not working. When na ba omia advisor eti ba omia jimi no man fans o osana ne to esuso so mfifiri a okwa o say na daddy change boxes no agama change boxes no ba omia tukwan na omasesa boxes egu bag mu adan a okosama de toafo into wia or the handkerchief fa nanim wia ni asesa ne boxes amano kwase ampanyi na etu ba omiafo and 3 months pepe ko opposition we hunya nsa chen Ghana abuwa toriwa munko tie no. Listen to the nonsense this idiot too was saying.
Kai epesa mesrebusa Ghana ni ben obetima paya ne nsa akase watua to bia e fe the emissions levy sa to no kenofurata wan charge Ghana ni bia
but when you say bia ewo different sector bia emission levy no is it on fuel
just bibia saying no tell bia ni why ya charge Ghana ni bia e fe the emissions levy
really don't
aban edemra eco parliament say opese ojeto bia e fe no emissions levy pacho utemi
me tepa
and now Obekaya Vice President Baumia starting the rounds on Oka say or no emissions levy no say aban koso edge na obeye omampanyi na obeyi afiri ho ani na ani he ana finance minister ka so saa de na ode ekoye no kra no onya nje bio ti efiri ho besi nne Ghana ni bia ni ho a obetuma pagya ne nsa akosoro aka se matua to bi a ye friend emissions levy
nti to sure adekuri enti ankofo yo mo jimi I'm sure they be amekache Ghana for say when you people start to see timidity or be a timid okasa mesrel as intelligence and humility your problem ba kwa Ghana no otie ni kasa no or say time no more power no abine that means abine introduce emission tax smoke in wusie tax no na abine introduce ye no tio ena JC ye omode ba parliament be pass ye no before abine introduce a tax component and not tax no na ya dwene ho cabinet into so guys abine introduce smoke tax no one wa admit to say ono na abine ye MPP abine no and the kofa sa smoke tax no ba ye enye NDC enye Ghana for eye ono na abine no cabinet na ono ne boss ba omi atim no omo no kofa ade ne ba ye smoke tax ne ba ye na omo kofa smoke tax ne ba wie na omo start say omo charge no and ba omi start say obo ne ntoa no ono ba omia no oka cabinet na omo introduce tax no ba omia start ka say ono de ye yin president a obetwam meaning they were collecting the smoke tax the emission tax but because ba omia started saying that no eno mugya ye enti omo nje tax hwekwase adwene na me ne wote ano na enim bibia fa ni smoke tax it was cabinet that went to a meeting and said, let's introduce this. And they went ahead to bring it to parliament. Naba omi animubi. No animubi. At the end of the day, didn't they start taking money? They started taking money. But because you couldn't baby and say we introduced smoke tax. Also, he was shooting himself in the foot. He's stupid. Oh, now omono they see journalists or Ghana says Sebio, some of them are stupid. And I blame sometimes some of our journalists. You see, you need to do your research. You need to have your facts. You need to sometimes let the person sitting in front of you know, say, you know something, I am not just dumb sitting here. I have done my homework. I have a team that is making sure they are going to protect me whilst I'm facing you. So you people are supposed to do a little bit of work. Because if you do a little bit of work, because you want to make radio, so TV, so in same way. Because some video reach will be ma or can it clearly say your omwankasa MPP are buying the cover smoke tax by near tia near nim smoke tax omwana deba parliament esabe pass here. What did we say? Omwana started say omojeje na omo omoba wo mia started campaign no or catch omo say me na me kodwene ho cabinet e na me gitu mu but say an me president edinti ma motuma me dia me yefri ho interfiti ho na omwankasa sa akoyi free parliament now. When I would buy and I wouldn't want to be here. Are you not the person who introduced that? TNE, Kwasiakeka.
Okay, a person is Rebuso. Ghana ni Ben obetima pay Yanis Akase, with Tia Tobia, a further emissions levy. Satono, Kenofurata, one charge Ghana Nibia.
But when you say be a war, different sector be a best emission levy, no? Is it on fuel?
Just Bibia saying no. Tell beer why ya charge Ghana ni bia your friend emissions levy.
Really?
Don't buy Edinburgh echo parliament. Sir or percent or G2 be a friend of emissions levy. But you would tell me. And now Bekaya, Vice President Baumia starting the rounds on or can say or no emissions levy no. Say a buying cost to edge. Now obey your man penina, obey ye free. And in that any and a finance minister Caso, Sadia now or de a coin of crown, Onyanji Bill, T. Free or Bessin there. Ghana ni bien hwa, Obetuma Pajan and Sakos Rakase, Metria to beer, your friend emissions levy, into toa in your. Aden Abekatre say, Oba Obichum.
How do you even make this statement? How do you even make such a statement on TV and a journalist sits there to watch you? How? And we make these fools get away with everything. The emission levy was buried in the VAT. It was in there. We saw it. They brought it to parliament. They were in cabinet. They had a meeting. They concluded and said, move it to parliament. When it came, why are you sitting here making it look like you never introduced e-levy? You never introduced betting tax. You never introduced emission tax. You never so at this point, you people did not introduce anything. This is the fool who was advising Bawumia. Bawumia ko jani pam no ojimia owi os why are there daddy. Wait. Asema yetena ho ni o. Enkwasi asema yetena ho for 8 years. Daddy mbo ben no. Akwa Gideon Boako ona na eden. Ono na advice ba Omia. Look at this. Mama nchira wade. Me ka kire musemo megu mu party no. Yeah. The Ghana Revenue Authority GRA announces for the information of the general public the coming into force of amendments to the following tax laws and the introduction of the Emission Levy Act 2023, Act 1112. See, implementation of new tax laws and amendments. This was in 2023. Where Ghana Revenue Authority for notice on the Barbontene. MPP for Kwasiafo. Wabetena TV so you space. But Umian charge you you introduced it. The Ghana Revenue Authority actually took decisions. They added it to the VAT. Into read the document now from GRA. This is 2023. It said, implementation of new tax laws and amendments. And what did they write? The Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, announces for the information of the general public the coming into force of amendments to the following tax laws and the introduction of the Emissions Levy Act 2023, Act 1112, Customs Amendment Act 2023, Value Added Tax Amendment Act 2023, and then Excise Duty. This is there. It is there. These are the facts. So how can you sit on TV and say you never introduced anything like emission tax? And I say smoke tax. It may be you doing as a nation 2025. You are still doing jokes. You are still doing stupid, foolish, base politics. Now, Mujin said Ghana ni onim nyansa no. So onye preko do onya aboa. Do you think so an intelligent Ghanaian will take NPP serious? Makacha Ghana for say the NPP was built out of lies. A jandam near the Chichire party. No. There's no way NPP can thrive on truth. And ye da. Anytime Makacha say 42 to 46 years, they have to be in opposition. The agenda 42 years, no. I was saying you know supporting near making sure say we have buried this party and nullified it. Maka, and I have promised MPP for you now. And I have promised Menshia, me promise you to for Nana Pia me do that me go MPP. Yes. Because MPP ne go ni mase. E go to for ni mase. E go Menshia ni mase. MPP na de chema huntumi ohini bia semba ya na esi edi otu for atem. MPP we na egu Menshia ni mase. Me go MPP ni ma Menshia enim na egu ase no e be jai. I will nullify the MPP. Me go no. Because me say me protect me nana otu for. Enkwasia party we ya egu Menshia ni mase ema Ghana fo nyina edi otu for atem direct omo missiles to otu for all because of this stupid foolish tribal party no me gu MPP na otu for ni monyam sebio aye intact into nana onana chancha hini ka retailer me sha obo otu for me gu party no amawo. I will nullify the MPP me gu no. I will codularize it. I will conjure me good me say party no. Me say na ashe we ni me show ni monyam. Me good party na ashe we ni monyam otumfo. Me na make acho yentumi fa atro. Yentumi fa atro embe kata menhia ho, embe kata sikedwa ho. Ye be good party no. If it's a party na egu asanteman otumfo o egu enim ase. And akora bia jimifo bia sorry a na okasa menhia nim all because of MPP. Na me nyina asantime ma me do asantime me do asante hene a me sum sikedwa no me make sure se me protect sikedwa nana me sha wo bo ende eko beedu chanchan hene wo nana me gu party na hwe ni monyam kwasiafo nko na gu party mu nana omo nka no kore omo twantro hwe nim guasia nana na podi begu na nsen hwe nim guasia na podi gu na po a wo de na gina dipem epagya ne nsasa wo nana watete no na kwasia togo ya de hwa da ne nemtem se eye sokoto gudali ebe gina stage kekan kwasia sam wo gu anim ase e se na po ya ntete no e se nyam panifo ne bu betete no. That is not going to happen again. And odo me woma wotumfo nti me gu party no me protect menhia me boss kedwa ho ban kwasia bi oso ye bema no onka fe na ye hwe de ye bema ukrom and me sim nya me nana otumfo me protect no me gu MPP no me nullify no me gu no kwasiafo mo so na mo gu na nanimu ase party baako de bia ma nipa kasa otumfo anim kwasiafo mo ka no kore ndan nana me da ase na ma me nko manim hwe de asi nana hwe onananom hwe kwasiade o mte power mo ye nana otumfo hwe party we nkwasiade a ye nana oye wo chia me baafo akoto tete ni more musikate ye hwe wo nana no nkwasiade bia o mo ye eni tina nana sa party we ye mane se be nhia hwe nkwasiade bia nana no ye nana hwe nkwasiade bia nana no MPP fo a o mo di MPP enim hwe nkwasiade bia nana no ye 5 years 3,000 ECG containers stuck at the port, items held for more than 5 years. Nana infie num under MPP nkwasiafo we yawo obi be fa wedi watam all because kwasia bia te party and o say ai eno no ye de be kata nyoma so egu asante hire nim ase for 5 years 3,000 containers at ports ECG nyoma for infie num nana infie num enti kwasia bia sorry a na odi otumfo atam odi MPP atam efri say MPP say ye de otumfo na ne ye no ade mienu ena egu eye otumfo enim ase o wiase MPP ena asante kotoko sa nyoma mienu we na egu otumfo enim ase en asante kotoko de ye ne na MPP ndi na ebegu no efri say asase mu abosom kwanim say MPP o magimi na hwe wona nanom o ma betena party abetena Ghana so mfie nwotwe for 5 good years ECG nyoma omudi abase yemfa meso Ghana kanea no oba ma na gu port wo mfie num 3,000 containers in the sewer. Nana intimaya boni. The NPP is a filthy political party. Ghana nibia na adwini ye adwuma bia no eni so bia de akire hwe sibi o mabokuro no San kwasiafo ya de choma beka say John Mahama enkipi light no was so in nyanba. They see the cost, see what they have done to us. See what they have done to us as a nation. For 5 years, equipment any nyoma also the boy kan ho ban no omo keep no port or adan ya yi. Nana po yo nana enti na meka say na po oye bayire o. Oye koko ase bayire wagimi. Wabedi energy minister containers we nyina egu port. Odu nkran no ajantra fo ogu omo so. We yi ne hwe ato no kon ena nkwasiade. Nana Mrs. Ebo amasha ono mendisu ana menya nipa. Medisu man samanfo ene abosom ne nananom a omutwa konwa no ho hia no abom so aboa me ama menyini ache. Megu party no enimguase na ye be ye free so. How can this happen in any serious country? Inti aban we na mbra ensanko pesika embe clear containers we nyina enye den every port 3,000 containers 5 years ene gu port wo ye pe nyoma ede ye adwuma ede aboa ye nka ne asem kwasiafo we se da bi nana onananum no bi na omo agimi minja I kan da emefa so de gu party no nana omo nim nyansa omo ndwene Ghana ho omo ka ho na nkofo di watam na ye den ade we tumi si for 5 years. Now mame njudwa bibi mu ha nkyere mo Ghana fo amutie me John Dramani Mahama or the asempa bi aba na asempa or the aba nyina ne say wamane health minister aye bibi na oba America will be a friend Obama care Trump ni di ekire opese ose no. Now time Mahama edi president from 2012 to 2016 na moti bibi to say esla any some other funds bia obiebie. Now John Mahama ebe o say the next 42 years no I was saying yes sikapudu obede to ho yes for specifically for the yare Ghana phobia yare bia abomu a sebio enye yare ketwa yare a amount of friend chronic yare a yentumi nso ano keke no. John Mahama say and then the health minister Kobena Minta Akando we yi nipa enkono say omunka omutimbom na yembia bibi a friend fund footwo now ye be bia footwo bia John Mahama say sa footwo no muti energy levy energy esla now sa esla na mote no John Mahama bia footwo bia na den ye de sika tum sika na edem no sika na enya free den ye nyina mu nkania ene ye oil na yetu no intine ye tu oil na emfaso na ye nya no ne atibi ne de atum John Mahama every power no na sika dem over $250 million sa sika no edaho ema enchirima Indi John Mahama every power no na sa fund no we bia your friend footwo anase eto a footwo and your friend fund no inti enda John Mahama sa da adweno sa da bi sesia no nipa enyini yare edoso enkwara enya yare empenifo enya yare e wo se otumi de footwo bi to a aban footwo bi to a sa footwo no se yare bi bow na yare no beduru empempenso bi ye hu de yenye uni sika betuma show kopim se bia obewu a saa foto ne betuma kom na yakoyi aban yakoyi na ode aboa inti John Mahama ofra bibi Mahama Cares eno ye another funder ode by a friend no the Ghana Medical Care Fund or Care Trust. Now sa Care Trust Fund no the Mahama ye ne say o see health minister no wa hye no ombie sa foto no na yempe sika mfangum nana onana no bedi Ghana so mfie wotwe kwase ade ni wi sandbox number 2 emergentra omubu nipa nimtia botuo otufo nana otufo wonana no we ebi Jimmy fucking MPP we meguno nana John Mahama says sia no Ghana for ntia say wa man health minister no wa pet nipa nkono a omunka omutimbom na omumbie fund na aban emfa sika ngum na sa sika no yediguma for the next 42 years no debia afibia de sika begum ye de sika beguma obia ebia wonya yare bi kodanda yare kwankro ye fe no kwankro yare a wo kwa enko ye fe no yare kwankro John Mahama say yare kwankro no ni nyina abesi obu a wonya kidney problem obu a wonya cancer obi a wonya liver yare bu a wo kwa edin o say aban de foto ebeto from ende ekosi 42 years no and over no e wo say de sika tum na saa sika na de betum no eno na ebehwe Ghana for enkwara apemfoɔ anifrafoɔ mbabaawa nkɔkora saa ɛda hɔ nti asɛm si bibi te sɛ ebia covid-19 baaye yɛbɛkɔ saa ɛfoto nim ne yakɔ yi sika pudio ne yɛde abɔ ɛho bra sɛ ne bɛyɛ Ghana economy no embu ni trase efisɛ covid-19 baaye no sika na ɛda hɔ a Mahama de to Esla a energy mfaso a yɛde to hɔ no ekufoɔ do ne nkwasiafo ekofa sika ne die kɔgyi bi wɔ IMF kɔgyi bi wɔ World Bank ɛsa de bɛbɔ jantra di ni nyina nana wonananum ya o ɔmo terminal report ɛna me kan kyerɛ wi MPP nkwasiafo yi nti Ghana fo ɛne tina me ka kyerɛ mo sɛ sa wo yɛ Ghana ni ndɛ na wonyam wo yɛ Ghana ni ndɛ na wanyini wo yɛ Ghana ni ndɛ wo yɛ akwara ɔkyena wonim de ɛbɛto when your president bi a ɔse deɛ Mahama Cares ɛyɛ medical care trust fund ye bebie fotoɔ ama Ghana fo ye de sika begum na saa sika no ebetumi afiri bebia ye revenue kakra benya no ye de begum sɛne ɛbɛyɛ from now to the 46 years a day nim no because issue ni nyina no sɛ ye be start the sika de gum afiri ende samuma NDC free power in 8 years a sika no MPP for ba umbedi oho kyerɛw na yare bɔwa ubewu inti sa opese oba wawo no wedi 1 year opese akora no enyini che na ebia yare bi kɔbɔ no in the next 30 years 35 years 40 years wuni hɔ no sa fund we no ɛwɔ sa boama NDC gina power for another 48 years sɛne ɛbɛyɛ sika no bɛdɔɔso na ɛbɛtumi ahwɛ wo oma ebia yare bi bɛbɔ oba anawawo anawo papa inti 42 years no ɛwɔ se yɛ nyina yɛ boa na MPP every power never to come to power na yɛ boa NDC mo mutumi nya ɛfotoɔ no gina ne naso Mr. P Mr. S thank you na omutumi ma deɛn omutuma fotoɔ no gina ne naso ebi ne sinking fund no a John Mahama bie no ɛne saa Esla no na yɛ de mfasoɔ gum na yɛ de sikaputuo gum ɛma yɛn kyirima yɛn ma saa sika na Mahama de to am ekufuado ɛde bɛ rent private jet ɛde kɔbɔ jantra ɔmde num wi ni cocaine no saa sika na ɛyɛ for yɛn ma yɛn nyan wo mo ɛnso ekufuado yɛ kwasi ampanyi aba omi aso no nyan santi ɔmo baa na ɔmo de ɔmo nsa bɔ mu na ɔmo di yɛ Mahama sɛ wasaba sɛ sia de Ghana fo ɔmo ntie no ade na obi ɛ no obebie we de ɛyɛ apomuden de ɛno ɛna ɛbɛhwɛ Ghana apomuden ama de gyina ne nan so nti moma yɛn nyinaa yɛn fɛ support MPP NDC na omuntumi emma saa ɛyɛ deɛn foto we entumi ngina ne naso bɛ 50 years obi nim ada yare bɛbɔ obi intende de ɛbɛgya tum nda yɛbɛ support no ɛno na ɛbɛboa yɛ ɛma sebio yapom den sɛ yɛbɛtena se anase yɛbɛwu anase yɛbɛnya nkwa no ɛno na ɛbɛkyerɛ ɔkyena so ɛwɔ se yɛti biribi ase ade a John Mahama yɛ no ɛne NDC yɛ no ɛni sɛ yɛtoto nase sinking fund ne sa Esla na John Mahama gya no ho no $250 million ogya wo mu no John Mahama ba enrechi aka 64,000 gabi kwa no akoyi bi no da koto wi bedieto ko no akoto bi no akoyi bi no da koto tobacco okpo ekufo do nankasa nkasa okoto okoyi bi o de biato cocaine o da to wi o so o de biato nsanso no jankroma kwa no akoyi bi $250 million omukoro na aka 64,000 memeti hei mene me yere ne memba yakase etu kwa ko Brazil ba 64,000 ebesa nana onananom MPP for mu agimi enti John Mahama de o ye no or reset kro no I was seeing nyina yeba together ne yeba boa NDC for the next 42 years because Mrs. Okay Mami ready this is in the budget right me team say me ready bibi nchiramo Besides, is this in the budget or it's about the fund? Me team say on the document bi aba men kan kyerɛ mo. Now, my men kan Mahama Cares no fund we no. Senior ebeko enie. Thank you Mr. S. Enti Mahama Cares no bi bebusa sɛ na Mahama ko fasika wen. Mahama say obeye bibi te sinking fund obeye bibi te Esla into where your health there okofa sika wen mom yen ready baby a Mahama any NDC abai say omokofa sika free e dia beto saa fotuo nim government allocation the Ghanaian government will allocate funds from the national budget to support the initiative yase Ghana aban ankasa ya budget bia ye beyi sika kakra ne dia to eye fotuo nim Mahama Cares odeba ebeboa aboame for the next 40 to 50 years no eno na oka kire yenchirimanti sika na bi na be free him for na aba or say donor contributions or say international partners, civil society organizations and businesses are being encouraged to contribute financially. Or say omoni eyedien inkrankra businesses any eyedien inkwa ewo inkronkro so a omotu omo ache eye ntoboa or say omoni omo be kasa say omo so moa no mo yi sika ne bi enyeden emfantum eye ndwuma ewo Ghana omo ya nkrankra dwuma sika kakra wo mu nsem a omo pese omo de boa Ghana no omo betum de sa sika no akoto sa efotuo nim. Public-private partnership. Mahama say, collaboration with private sector entities are being explored to provide additional funding and resources. Or say, eya abino any area sebio ankrankra beka muntu mesieni no ma hwe ekwan bia eya abani ankrankra ebetuma ka muntu mesieni afa kwan bi so eya kwampa enya sika ede abeto futuo nim because ye wo ankrankra ndwuma bebre wa abrochire ni Ghana omunya aban a omuni aban bedi nsawoso na sebio omutumi raise sika omde bebo aban ana ekuro mahama aban ne say budget omeyi sika kakra ede ato futuo nim ombema ankrankra ndwuma ene inkro enipa bi a omo sika kakra wo msem ompese omo che Ghana sika no ombo so de betum aban so ene ankrankra ndwuma ene nkuo ebeka omo ntoma sieni atena se afa adwene a omo nyina betumi apesika ede ababegu eyesa afoto nim oba National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS or say while the NHIS does not cover all chronic diseases, it may play a supplementary role in funding certain aspects of the initiative. Omo say yenyi enim say National Health Insurance no yare bi wo ha encover yare bi wo ha ehun sikasem edoso pa inti nipa ba ko yentumi spend $2 million and $5 million e nipa no ho International Health Insurance no so entumi cover nipa ba ko inti they also say yare bi wo ha eye kodanda eye kwanko inti sa yare na e fall under eye chronic diseases no National Health Insurance so no the ombe ne say ombe National Health Insurance no etumi enya sika kakra no mo so de atofoto nim if the National Health Insurance no omutumi generate sika kakra inti also ebe pole kakra na de akoto foto nim wey eye yenchirima and wedi 1 year akora na wo hwe wachina wa also ngan no akora na wawo no kagetia konfoanoche wawo no Tamale Hospital na wo hwe nanim anadwe a utie mi no sa akora ni ntina John Mahama sa dewe if you say in the next 25 years no 36 years no obedi 20 years no onya akoma yare a aban beka se sika da ho brane mfa nkoye operation oba no magina radio sine TV so ensre sika oba no embeka nkyere Ghana for se me maame no onibi ende sebio bibia ye miti cancer to mitrim ena obi ma misika aban ebe frɛ na ka se sika da ho o maame e de to ho saa o maame to no gye ne amfa bi enye operation inti sign wey na John Mahama said the next 46 years no o se Ghana fo nyina support na yema Ghana gina ne na so. Anytime catch us say the agenda 42 years no I was say Ghana nyina ya ka ho na ya boa na ya shape NDC no ya protect omo ya guide omo ya mistake a ya tumi ni omo kasa omo buye na ya tumi kyekere man no NPP ntumi muaye NPP as a political party no omo agimi inti na catch Ghana for say let's look at the NDC omo nyansa omo adwene inti akando oye health minister no wakani pankunu esieni se omundwendwene ho na omunhwe se ne eye efoto no yebebie na Ghana fo nyina so yenya ehon faso. I'll be right back.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No look no answer my. I watch it. You will for Belgium fan. You want me to Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. Why you why round what? Why you why round what? Why you Supuno why round what? It will for Belgium fan. It want me to Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. It will do a Belgium fan. Why you why round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Why round what? Why you why round what? I want it. Original.
Thank you very much for staying. Makacha Ghana for I control the airwaves. I decide who speaks and who doesn't. Baby, I'm to meet him. You can make noise, you can insult, you can incite, you can be tribalistic, you can be foolish, you can be disgusting, you can be purely stupid. But at the end of the day, you will tell you that maintain. I control who speaks in Ghana. I control which media house is relevant. And the moment green light, you can do whatever you want to do. You will not succeed. And that is me. And it is all because of nokre, the truth. Noise the amount for better noise. But I decide. I decide who speaks and who doesn't. Until I decide to say, "Wo bekasa, wo ye show, wo stay for too long, stay for a very short period." I make that decision, a sole decision by me. People need to understand. It is not the noise, it is not the chaos, it is not the foolishness, and it's not the stupidity. It is the control. Muntie, it is the control. I control the minds of NPP. 99.9% of NPP members, I control their mind. Semeka somunko di bini, omunya de chop shit. So nobody should think, say, no cry ya catch Ghana for no. And how we have prepared the minds of Ghanaians to understand and embrace development and embrace no cry. Nobody oba ne wo no can change that. Because onyankopon naka. And you see, we just didn't do this. We asked God for permission. Yebusa nyankopon permission, and he granted it. He granted it when we started doing the job on the street. When near Nambol aso. Na ye nam galamsey site, na ye nam efimu, na sebio amanfo consider say we will get to this point. God was preparing us for this time. So we have been ordained from the beginning. So don't underestimate the platform. The moment you try to target this platform, you go down. Because we were prepared. We have been prepared. We were ordained. And sometimes, you ask yourself, now, other than El Capitano or Mejumania easy, sir, it is not my strength and my power. It is a onyankopon, and he guides me to do what I am doing. That is why majority of the people love me. A few foolish ones hate me, and it is okay because when Obia Pewasema, you are stupid. So I have learned this job. I have humbled myself. I have allowed God to use me, and I've humbled myself before intelligent people. Humbled myself before kids and adults. That is why I am here. That is why I attract intelligent, honest Ghanaians. That is why through my help and the help of the people who helped me on my TV and on my platform and other people, John Mahama recorded the highest election results in the history of this country and the biggest gap. And I'm going to make sure, make good NPP for the next 42 years, the NDC will rule, govern, protect, build. Make sure this country is reset to that country that we have always been fighting for. It is a promise. Sometimes I listen to Ghana Phobia and I'm like, you have no idea. The things they say about me, the allegations, the lies. Me Ekobedu, I am solid. I have been here for a long time. I know the dynamics. I know how this works. When somebody's hungry, I know. When somebody's pained, I know. As I speak to you, millions of you are watching me. I know your mood. Yeah, because I've done this for a long time. I know the mood of people who listen to me at every particular time. It is the experience that comes with this job. Enye dede, enye ahantan, enye kokoti, enye jimie, enye koteketwa, enye nyansa, enye ahobrasiye. So we need to understand that Abuache, I am here to stay. El Capitano, I am here. Minko baby, there will be a lot of noise. But until I decide and endorse, nobody can survive in this media space. Yeah. Now, my mentor Adiebi. I say, Kevin, you kwa me. You kwa cheme. TDC Cecilia Dapa egigim. Now, Cecilia Dapa tells court she does not know how much each of her former housekeepers stole from her. Cecilia Dapa catch the court to say, Sikanka say you free no onim sikana no. Hey, la we Cambodia and the big pen and wood trim. Cecilia Dapa say, and the original court to catch any Ghana for say, oh, court. Some men call for ya, yes, you will see me housekeepers, I know we should be fee. Abawa for ni abawa be mafui. Sika poti omo wie no minima no. Na se Cecilia wia. Auntie Sisi, we wia pete. We wia fechere. We wia paivela. We wia mo on to me hu etc etc. We wia sika ma hu sika na no. Paula de mo chire no we. Sa akwa no we. Ni hu nyenya okasa na dadie bi hye ne ha. Yeah, there you go for. Paul Ademochi, okasa na PBC pipe bi hye ne ha. Eno ya na e dia dia. Paul Ademochi onye nipa o. Omo manufacture no Yugoslavia. Enti okasa hwe ne ha. Omo de PBC bi hye ne ha, PBC pipe. Okasa na din aho ade bi hye ho. Paul Ademochi we mo Jimmy. Let's get serious here. Me say Paul Ademochi onye nipa okasa hwe ne ha. Okasa bo say I that a PBC pipe. So onye nipa. Omo ye no Yugoslavia. Oba expire 2028. Team eno ano no. Expiry date bon ho na mu hu. Dia wa ye. Who's a red born ho. Don't waste your time on some people like Paul Ademochi. Now, Cecilia Dapa issue are very, very important to me. The reason why it's important to me is say, the kind of political party NPP. You see, for some reason, the NPP as a political party, they have stayed away from Cecilia Dapa in the crime way. And I won't study it. A political party that says it stands for the truth and that it stands to fight corruption. Cecilia Dapa started who say we sika. The system started working, interrogating her. The amount of money now $25 million. They are qualifying it na a children sisa. NPP as a political party, they have deliberately decided to take Cecilia Dapa's name from their mouth. You know why? Because it's a political party. What they do, they say, every time you're about chrono, they always try to let people think, say, so people chrono or party, that person is not associated with them. And it's always study NPP for history. Every time you bet you drag lord be our Ghana, no NPP ni. But from Kofor time, you could see clearly. Yetumichi obia or your drug lord, drug peddler, or your cartel member under Kofor's government. Yetumichi out of Kofor's government, Yetumichi obia or your drugs, typical criminal. What the NPP is very good at, and then they say, they are able to disassociate themselves from Omunkofwa. We know, say, they are corrupt. And it's always steady conversations and commentaries. They don't discuss Cecilia Dapa. But I want to say adentra. If they believe and know, says Cecilia Dapa is not guilty of the crime she has been accused of, evidence upon evidence is being provided. NPP will be mounting a very strong defense for Cecilia Dapa. Their communicators, their senior officers, their elders, but for some strange reason, Cecilia Dapa, or a senior member of the NPP, the NPP as a political party, even their communicators and the party as a body, they have disassociated themselves from Cecilia Dapa. Because that is the typical NPP. Because they don't want you to taint them with the Cecilia Dapa crime. They don't want you to remember that during their era, Cecilia Dapa stole $25 million from Ghanaians. Into what they do, they say, they move away or they stay away from that conversation for it to look like, say, the person is on her own. Cecilia Dapa became Cecilia Dapa because of NPP. And in the past, you say, Obi Kokan some say, in politics, say in the future, as young lady as she is, or to be making some amount of money, or back with politics. The NPP as a political party, they link this lady, and to date, they still link this lady to that comment, and they link that lady to the NDC. For all you know, the lady has even quit politics. She's not even doing active politics. She's not been attending any serious NDC events. But the NPP did everything possible to link her. And that is the modus operandi of the NPP. Because that is how they are able to let Ghanaians think, say, Omo party ni de omo mbokrono. Now, when was the last time you heard any NPP communicator speak in defense of Cecilia Dapa? When was the last time? Or to say, NPP penyini bi atna baby defend Cecilia Dapa? No. Because you see, the more they get closer, Ghanaians remember that Cecilia Dapa is an in and out NPP ni. And it was through the help of MPP and Obenya has had $25 million in VIA. So what they do is they'll throw you under the bus. And the same thing on the John Kuma. John Kuma, a young man coming up. They realize he was a good character, he was a good politician. He could run through the ranks quickly. They killed him quickly and they isolated themselves from John Kuma's death. Ever since there, you've not heard any NPP person speak on John Kuma's death. Yeah, can't JB Danko do? They knew JB Danko was going through the ranks. He was going to be president. They did what? They killed him. They disassociated themselves from them. So you don't hear them, you don't see them speak on ADA, people who commit crimes in their party. Because you see, what they try to do, they say, so we are a member of the NPP. Now, through them, where they are, they quickly disassociate themselves from you. And they make sure, say, who say you are on your own. Even though problem, they will never associate themselves with you. When was the last time you heard any NPP person speak on the Cecilia Dapa issue? No. So we are radio, we are TV, now we invite you. Now the Cecilia Dapa issue, the cat topic, because I'm busy. Oh, yeah. Because that is how the NPP was built. Now, of course, Cecilia Dapa in now we read some of the documents. Now, so we read some part of the document. Yes, it's the case we are. Now, amend charge sheet. Patience Bochi, hairdresser. Sarah Ajay, unemployed. Sometimes in the year 2022 at Ablempe in the Greater Accra region within the jurisdiction of this court did dishonestly appropriate cash, the sum of 800,000 United States dollars, the property of Cecilia Dapa, $800,000 good. Count 3, stealing contrary to section 1241 of the Criminal Offence Act 1960 Act 29, particulars of offence. Patience Botry, hairdresser, Sarah J. Sometime in the year 2022 at the Ablempe in the Greater Accra region and within the jurisdiction of this court did dishonestly appropriate cash, the sum of 200,000 United States dollars, the property of Cecilia Dapa. Now, Sikano Muria or Cecilia Dapa, it goes into millions of dollars. Now, Cecilia Dapa Nankasampo say, Sikano ne do smile to the point to say, Do Muria eno on twin onim. For you to tell me, say, you have dollars, you have hundreds and millions of dollars, and that you cannot even tell me how much you had in the house, then it means the amount of money you had, it was more than what they have stolen. So the charge sheet is what I read to you. $800,000, $200,000, $1.2 million, gold chain, diamond ring, D&D, and this is Cecilia Dapa, or yeah, a staunch member of the NPP. Every decision they take, she was in charge, not or your minister. Or say a minister, Nanado Danko Kufuor the NPP for you know, a whole minister, the whole party as a party, they have ignored her. They don't even speak on Cecilia Dapa's issue. We someone say why. So we need to be careful about the NPP. A political party you cannot trust. They are just in to destroy. Mameka Bibinchiro, for the past 8 years, you as a Ghanaian watching me, untiminka nyoma miensa positive MPP dibeka Ghana ho. You can't tell me. Yet Kroman ya catch MPP for say we need to review free SHS. Ekufuado kwasiampenyi catch say cancel. Obiti was a medidi pegnatem kwasiampenyi. We are talking about the lives of young people. Let's review free SHS. Ekufuado kwasiampenyi ka say review means cancel. Ba omia catch Ghana say review means cancel. Na mekasa ngofo enkwasiafo a wo se meboa me muade. We are talking about the lives of young Ghanaians. These drug addicts did not care. So you should understand, say, the MPP as a political party in your party, you will sit and for once think, say, Yamfa to me, mom, Mamaka Bibinchiro. Cecilia Dapa likes no almost millions of MPP mu. Chini Yanchi omo. There are hundreds of the Cecilia Dapa type MPP mu. And the right time, you will see all of them. They will be facing court. Cecilia Dapa. Only the end they say a small one bill. Shagelia, why is a Nike backpack? Give to a worry. Why is a backpack? Give to a worry. Why is a backpack? Why is a backpacker? Yede kwaji abe. Why is say? Why is a backpack? Saga wedi a small. There are hundreds and thousands of criminals in the MPP. Since the party somebody Martinenka. Afena mubewu the criminals in the MPP. Now, Shadiawi, Bank of Ghana, Asembia Beto Omo building home, and the finance minister in his budget, Okansemi, very important, say, you better discuss this assembly. Now, Bank of Ghana building way. From the time I had the governor, Eba Parliament, Eba shared the amount of money over $300 million. You did see sir dying way just for as an office. Over $300 million. We are a third world country. And now, Ekufuado ne Baumia say, yamfa $300 million NC office. Do you know what $300 million can do in Ghana? $300 million. Only maybe as can free. Omu free Bank of Ghana. Sikani ya wo enemy yadia. Omu ya namaka just a Bank of Ghana boka 60 billion cedis. Are you not worried? Can't you see, say, MPP, we need to burn them alive? Can't you see, say, MPP in your party, and what's a gun in your Nyansa, you have to be proud of? $300 million. A third world country, people are still studying under trees. A pin for Menoka said da form. Ya wonko form kwa woso a wosanke omutumi ewu form ba anadwuomo all because there's not even a bed. We have taken out $300 million. Now, see this. And this year, buying a custom for Fruby. Finance Minister Ekan on the budget or say, Bank of Ghana can lease back its head office to raise $53 billion required to recapitalize. Now, Bank of Ghana for Eddie suggesting Biaba, this year buying the suggesting Biaba. Sa Sikeya, yes, send what sa office way. Bank of Ghana for office here almost see any office on way, they can lease it, they can do what? Rent it out and make money because Bank of Ghana, as we speak, they are in loss. Omo deka. Sa Addison na nwachia se kurabano. Or the ekabu bro de go Bank of Ghana so no wanantiko. Kwasi ampe obi ambo ni tuo. Addison na no a Bank of Ghana governor no. Na nwachia se kuraba. Kwasi ampe you know wakwaye operation wo UK enche bi obewu kwase asa no watena Bank of Ghana edwiri ekaguo and we no in the name of a building where we are millions or we are see a boka 60 billion. Now John Mahama Abain almost say they are going to investigate this building, but in the meantime no Bank of Ghana for offices no majority of the spaces are empty. Now sir office here we see him fa pa na Bank of Ghana bet me use ebe 10 rooms pe. So Bank of Ghana can lease the offices whether they old or new, they can lease it, and when they lease it, they can raise close to 53 billion. So why are we sitting here? Why are we saying we don't have money? Why are people saying, where is John Mahama's government going to get money? When you are able to get your government to be disciplined, physical discipline, you cut down on unnecessary expenditure. Sika eko baby and fasoni so. Ministers are omu use fuel, omu je cars, so cutting it down. Unnecessary expenditure from the Jubilee House. The kind of CEOs living lavishly. When you're able to prune and trim the system, you will make enough money to solve your problems. The NDC government, what they are trying to do, they know that when we are able to put things in order well, Ghana Sika Sembes so in the next year, 2 or 3. And that is the step they are taking gradually. And I'm very happy about the new Bank of Ghana governor. Very smart guy, very intelligent guy. And I know this guy is not going to be stupid to say the Addison, not Otieno. Because Addison, naturally, na oyarintina na adwene no enye dwuma. Na Addison na adwene no enye solid sa. So they were using him. Addison was just a vegetable at the Bank of Ghana. But this one is young. This one is proactive. This one is intelligent. He has been there before. This one knows. Onim ejumano and otiasie. And I believe, for the finance minister to suggest this or the government to suggest this, is the best thing for Ghana right now. Because a dime baby Bank of Ghana is, you're renting a CCO and sika. But when you do the math, that's all renting and now lazy a dime way at the other companies are. You are going to get back about 60 billion. But the auditing of the new building there, it needs to happen. We cannot say the auditing of the new Bank of Ghana building, it should just go like that. We need to audit it. We need independent auditors who are not affiliated to government to audit the Bank of Ghana building. It's something that needs to be done. And I am hoping the governor of Bank of Ghana will try everything possible and convince his board to make sure, Bank of Ghana has independent forensic auditor or auditors to audit this building for us to know where the money really went. Me say, Sika o Ghana. Addison, Ghana for a demonstration. Kwasi ampenyi yare for us and kachire say, we are hooligans. Murefi. Ekrobian kosi de pen, big pen, one trim. Addison, kwasi ampenyi sa no. Yenye sika na odeko UK koyo operation. Addison, our money or tam sika Bank of Ghana and odeko saving a life ewo UK. Kwasi asa no. Okachire say, we demonstrating against his bad leadership no. We are hooligans. Now, as a moment to our North Korea, you be kuwa to actually. Over to our China. You bet you we are getting chauti. Kwasi ampenyi we di sika titifi or say a chedeba. You are not supposed to be selective when it comes to the law and how you want the law to apply. No. At the Simona say Ghana, they are crazy, dangerous, foolish people. We were calling on him to resign. He doesn't have, his health wasn't good. Mental health was bad. We were telling him, resign and let us take care of this Bank of Ghana. Or see, we are hooligans. Kwasia, we are hooligans. We will see who is a hooligan in Ghana. So we need to be very, very proud of this. And as Ghanaians, these are some of the things that we need to sit down and have a conversation about. If you ask me, I'll tell the new Bank of Ghana governor that he needs to push his board to understand, what he came to inherit. We need to get to the bottom of it, and that a forensic audit by an independent auditor who knows what he's doing, it needs to be done. If the board of Bank of Ghana wants to make sure corruption is defeated and the Bank of Ghana cleans its image for it to become a credible institution we all be happy about, they are supposed to allow an independent forensic auditor or audit firm to audit this building. $300 million building. We need to know where exactly our money went and what it was used for. These are things that we are not supposed to play with. These are things that we are supposed to pay attention to. These are the kind of conversations we need to have. We cannot let people come, steal, walk, and their children will tell our children that, yeah, papa and bobra. We need to make sure those who steal pay for it. We need to make sure those who steal from us, we penalize them, we punish them. Sene beya san kwasiafo ne mma enko embeka nkyere se den ye ne ye papa no ma mobra abra ne papa adesen kwasiampanyi we no ono no otena Bank of Ghana ebo besia ebo ka 60 billion etwa sika gumu. We are not supposed to open those kind of spaces for people to even have the opportunity to tell us those things. Because politicians in kwasiafo we give to a warrior why to say backpacking ne ba beba beka kire say ye kwasiafo ne pa me bobra at our expense. Me say give to a warrior why to say backpack no why is a Nike backpacker yari kwaje pay no ne ba in the next 5-10 years ne ba beka kire Ghana for say kwasiafo because ne papa ne ma me awie sika me yanche ne ma me ambodi tu enku no into beka kire say ye ne papa no ma mbobra. So whatever we can do to press their neck to make sure they pay for the sins and the corruption and the stealings, we need to support it. We need to go out all the way out and make sure these people pay for their sins. We are not supposed to underestimate these people because today as we speak, Addison Mba ebeka Ghana for nkwasiafo because omumba go abrochire suade. San kwasiafo mu wia esika kenofori atamba ene omomaka no omomba gu abochire ombeka kire se ye papa no ma mbobra ye papa no yankwasiafo efri se ye papa no de no nya corrupt ye papa ma nkwaje aban sika enti ye papa no yankwasiafo ye yenkurasefo san kwasiafo mu MPP we mu no omomba bebeka kire. So we need to stop them. We need to let their kids know say omo papa no yamwa also mu da jail no mu. We need to prosecute them. We need to let them be an example, scapegoat. We need to use them. We need to pay them back. We need to punish them. So nebano ewu de ede ye ne maame na why say backpack na. Nebano wu de ede ne papa te say na bi kwasiampen why say dansan no. Nebano wu de ede ne papa oforiata. Nebano ye man Ghana adwuma obedwene. One shekura Ghana Juma Krobachin Wifro, every say onim say or Bokelesa, Yadini Papa to Fiasman Wee and on no Soko de Fiasu. So Addison or Foriatamo, these people are supposed to face trial. They are supposed to rot in jail. Some of them we are supposed to make sure we keep them for good to die in jail. We need to keep them in jail to die. We are not supposed to let them be part of us as humans again. Because we need to reset the system and change the system for people to believe in the system again. Let's not do politics as usual again. Let us not see everything as normal again. What John Mahama and the NDC are doing is a 42-year agenda we all need to support. It is painful, but we all have to go through and accept. We all need to be disciplined enough. We all need to be focused. We need to be correcting each other. Or say people make mistakes. Government make mistakes. We tell the government needs to listen to us. We need to shape in the system. We need to guide each other. The NDC and Ghanaians can build this nation. And from what you have seen in the past 2 months, you know that John Mahama has the will, John Mahama has the heart, the NDC are ready to serve. We need to support them. And then I was listening to some of the NPP communicators, and their issue was that 24-hour economy, sikaben ni yedi 24-hour economy. And a 24-hour economy, and a NDC for the data and about power. I didn't think I can budget 24-hour economy but the finance ministers told us, said the 24-hour economy policy will be presented to Parliament, and that the needed the details has to be sorted out, or study labor concerns, or study about some acts that needs to be looked at before the 24-hour economy policy is implemented. Now, the question here is, so big TV, so now radio, so can just say 24-hour economy. NDC for Kofasika one here, Nipan with Jimmy on governance. I say, let me tell you, when Dr. Baumia was saying digitization or digitalization, did he ever mention money? You had about digitalization. Because in the first place, if we're talking about investing money in digitalization or digitization, the NDC, in fact, put a lot of money into building infrastructure to make sure digitization or digitalization becomes a reality in Ghana. But when it comes to something like even digitalization or digitization, it is not the digitization you see and basically the end game. Digitization or digitalization, it is basically the springboard. And I'm going to let you understand what 24-hour economy means. 24-hour economy, enya bayere yokoti sikato. Yebeba parliament aka say ye $400 million for a 24-hour economy. I want you to understand something. Na me bibi so akire mo. MPP omo jimi. Say digitization aba omia ye hu dede na. De bia me ka kire mo ha say ba omia digitization kwa na okane na onte ase. Now digitization, it is not the end product. Now for digitization to be relevant and to be advantageous to the citizenry or the government, digitization serves as a springboard. It serves as a conveyor. Enti obi ekweni na odo banchi, odo bodie, odo kodu. Opese oton na ewiase hu se di kodu no sebio kodu pa ehwote efe na ebo akese a se odua kodu na enye digitization e dua kodu no e wo se ode asobo form e wo se ode fertilizer guso e wo se oye manual work ni wie so odua kodu na kodu ni nyini na otwa e wo se of find a way to let that kodu no become valuable sene be ya edu dwaso a kodu na anka wo se ekurase ton 1 cedi no edwaso no ye beto no 10 Ghana. How does it work? That is where digitization comes in. Into what the farmer will do, and say, now digitization will rebrand the product, how it's being packaged, how it's being sold. Digitization will basically propel, it will sell the product to the world. Into product nanka the value 1 cedi no, because of digitization, that is a propeller, which is not the end game. No, the digitization will prepare that product to be sold in the market. So it basically processes it and makes it favorable for the market. Into through digitization, obi oha oye kokwo kwani anase odua kodu na ye ton ne nyoma e won kran enso no te akrofuom ni nyina ne say he is able to sell kodu no packaged on the internet into obetumi dia to TikTok, obetumi etwa picture no e dia Facebook business platform. But oti ayontombra, the issue is that digitization that has become a propeller, the end game has become money. It has become value. So you don't need $100 billion to say you need to pump into digitization. No, you need digitization to be a middle what you call a conveyor to, at the end of the day, the end product, digitization will make the end product a reality. In digitization, he did not understand it because you cannot just say digitization. Digitization is a propeller, it's an enhancer. Digitization is a conveyor. Digitization changes the value of products and makes it easy to be sold. That is the role digitization plays. Now, people will bring a 24-hour economy into this conversation. Say, the NDC campaign was centered on 24-hour economy. At the year kind budget, 24-hour economy did not get any money allocated to it. The same way digitization that is the same way 24-hour economy is. Now, the 24-hour economy is a policy. Now, how is the 24-hour economy going to help? At the end of the day, create the jobs. How is the 24-hour economy going to help? Open up the country infrastructure-wise, engineering-wise, production-wise. How is it going to help? Now, remember, there's what we call the big push. So you don't necessarily need money to put into something called 24-hour economy policy. There is a policy the NDC introduced to Ghanaians, a friend, the big push. Now, the big push is going to get over $10 billion. Now, the component in the big push, is what will feed the 24-hour economy for it to be a reality. In the big push, they have infrastructure. We have something called agro processing. They have something like they have a lot in the big push. Now, let me tell you something. In that big push, if you are able to, through the big push, you are able to employ 20,000 Ghanaians in agro processing. What is going to happen? And they say Sa agro processing, no, they are going to work for 24 hours. So if the agro processing is working for 24 hours, it sucks its blood from the 24-hour economy policy, because the policy is sitting there waiting for the big push, the components in the big push to do their job to feed the 24-hour economy. So you don't need money to say this is for 24-hour economy. It is what is in the big push that will generate what 24-hour economy needs. So 24-hour economy, no, basically is the hub. But then the hub that takes full blood, no, it takes the blood from the big push. What is in the big push? It is often infrastructure. Then you get companies that open a lot of infrastructure companies that are working 24 hours. They are going to feed from the 24-hour economy by getting incentives from the government. Now, the incentives in the say they are going to get what we call tax breaks. They are going to get what we call lights. They are going to give them decent lights to buy. So in all that, the 24-hour economy does not need money. What we will get out of the big push, it can basically generate revenue for government to use it to subsidize or to help whoever falls within the big push. You don't necessarily need to go pick $100 billion and say 24-hour economy office, take it. It does not work like that. It is through the big push. What is in the big push? The component in the big push. If you are able to get agro-processing companies 20,000 or Ghana, all the agro-processing companies, when they work 24 hours, they are going to all be sacked by the 24-hour economy policy. And when I say they are going to be sacked, it means that all the companies are going to get incentives from the 24-hour economy. Into the 24-hour economy does not have to have money. It is through the companies, what they will generate that the government will get from, and then it goes back to power the 24-hour economy. So it is not so complicated. The government does not have to come to parliament and say, yeah, the $100 billion are my 24-hour economy. No, the 24-hour economy will derive, it will get its blood from the components in the big push. And this is basic governance. This is basic economics. And I'm sure, Mr. S, what did you just send me? The big push. Thank you very much. So all these things we are talking about, when the big push becomes very effective, 24-hour economy automatically absorbs it. And they fall within it. Into some MPP NBT TV so catch will say, now 24-hour economy, with Jimmy on TSC. Now look at the big push. This is the big push. Let me read something to you. Under the big push, John Mahama introduced this policy. This is the policy that is going to feed the 24-hour economy. NPP for TSC. Mr. S, thank you very much. Now, when you read the big push policy introduced by John Dramani Mahama is a 10 billion infrastructure-focused initiative aimed at transforming Ghana's economy and addressing critical development challenges. Here are the key components of the policy. The key components are infrastructure development. There is job creation. In fact, when you read the big pusher, there is infrastructure development, job creation, there is economic diversification, there's education and skill development, there's health sector improvement. These are all the components in the big push. You can also see things like environmental sustainability, completion of abandoned projects, and also youth empowerment. So all these components are in the big push, the $10 billion big push. So if all these components becomes effective, that means all these components are going to employ Ghanaians who have not been employed. And all these components are going to work 24 hours. So they are all going to be sucked by the 24 hours because government is going to make revenue out of the components that are working 24 hours. Into the 24 hours become the umbrella that basically will guide. So what happens? And then they say, now there's a framework. And the framework and the umbrella. The 24-hour economy, all these components are going to work within that frame. And that frame, and that incentive of 24-hour economy, it goes straight to help the components in the big push. Into 24-hour economy, big push, they work, they synchronize. The moment you take 24-hour economy from there, big push becomes difficult. Now, big push and 24-hour economy, they work in hand. That is why it is important for you to sit down and understand what governance is. What John Mahama has put together and planned, So why you need so I want to see it. And you need to understand. In the South say, then what are we going to look at? We are going to look at the big push very well. Government is supposed to pump money into Big Push. Big Push will revive 24-hour economy. Into the MPP, they don't have this intelligence to understand. So they were expecting, say, Yabeka budget, no, Nanka to force Nakase, we have taken out 100 billion for 24-hour economy. Because 24-hour economy is not going to go build a factory. 24-hour economy is a policy that is going to guide people who want to enroll on the policy to become beneficiaries. So why do you give 24-hour economy $100 billion? No, because whatever comes out of the Big Push is going to be revenue going back to the government. And that revenue that goes back to the government is what the government is going to take some as their incentives for people who fall under or voluntarily are part of the 24-hour economy to enjoy. This is simple. This is straight. Into the conversation now about the NPP as a political party, and then Jim say we are not supposed to waste our time on NPP. The NPP are stupid. They do basic politics. Yakosi toilets, yaya polytank. They don't understand the modern day politics that we are all at the end of the day experiencing. We need to understand the 42-year agenda. Ghanaians, it is very important we all stick to that agenda. Let us help John Mahama. Let us help the NDC. Let us make sure, say, the NDC, the almost 30 years and how they are going, we help them to make sure, say what, they help this country, help Yejimba, protect every single person for this country to be that great country we want. 42 years, yet to me sticking with the NDC. They are going to make mistakes. We have to guide them. We need to protect them. We need to speak to them in a hard way when we have to do that. We also need to congratulate them and applaud them when they do the right thing. 42 years, Ghana will be the country we want. 42 years, 46 years, 50 years. See a giant NDC. Now, yet the credit show from the way they have started. This country will be the country we have been yearning for all these years. It is very important and imperative. As Ghanaians, these things, we don't underestimate it. The 42-year agenda is very important. The NPP should never come close to power again. Because, such conversation, majority of the people who follow the NPP don't understand it. Majority of the people are omudi MPP and we Ghanaians you do point to be we understand what governance is, so we are not supposed to waste our time on piglets. And we need to do what? We need to stop wasting our time on them. Because Obi Kachiro say 24-hour economy, then it means he understands it. So the 24-hour economy then that person does not need to be asking you questions. Because you don't ask people, you know you are a man. You know so you can sleep with a woman. You don't go outside there and ask people, do you think I'm a man? Do you think I can sleep with a woman? No. So because onim the word 24-hour economy, now onim word now, then that person should understand how 24-hour economy works. And that is how the conversation should be. That is how we can protect our nation. This country, Ghana, baby, you do know, to lead us. We don't need stupid, foolish, tribal, egoistic, ignorant, daft mind people to lead this nation. We need selfless, intelligent, honest, truthful people who are patriotic, willing to help. And that is what we see in John Mahama and the NDC. Anytime I catch Ghana for this is my platform, it does not defend bad governance. What I have seen in the past 60 days or so is good governance. And John Dramani Mahama has proven and shown that we Ghanaians need to support this government, protect this government, guide this government, criticize this government constructively. They also need to respect us as citizens and taxpayers. We can build this nation in the next 42 years. We can handle and build our nation. And the honest truth here is the NPP no egu. No intelligent, honest Ghanaian should waste their time on a group of stupid, countless, stupid, ignorant people who only care about themselves. Selfish ingrates who think, say, and say, we need to be serious. So this platform is here to enlighten Ghanaians. We are on TV, we are on radio, we are on Facebook, we are on TikTok. You can choose whatever platform you want to watch us from. But you need to understand the basics, the principles. And say, Ghana as a nation today, We Ghanaians, we want to protect our nation from the NPP. We want to guide the NDC for the next 42 years to make sure this country is the country that we have been yearning to get. The country Kwame Nkrumah wanted us to have. John Mahama and the NDC, they have shown it. They are showing it. We are also supporting. We are being honest. Let us all come together as a people. In Kwasiafowe, they will rant, they will insult, they will be tribalistic, they cannot move away from their old ways. They are going to still be criminals, they are going to be selfish, they are going to be egoist, they are stupid, they are a bunch of fools. MPP negu and makachre Ghana, ma show 2-4 meguno eman ding ada ema sebio kwasiampanyi bia ntumi mfa MPP so endidi O2 atem O2 said to kura atum why na what Ghana obetima kase ma mengu MPP megu MPP and as O2 atum no in the name of God MPP megu no megu MPP. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's been a wonderful night. Thank you very much for being part of today's show. We are going to be here tomorrow. We control the airwaves. We decide who speaks on air. We decide who comes on TV, who comes on Facebook. It is our job. We control and we will be controlling because God has been our guide. I will see you tomorrow. We are all messengers who are ready and willing to be part of a change. Messengers without a Bible or a Quran. Messengers who are ready to speak truth to power. Cheers. Good night. God bless you. God bless me. Have a wonderful night. We will meet tomorrow. Gigim. Awache.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, look for them. No answer, mine. Awache. You will for Belgium Pet. You want to see a Belgium Pet. It will do a Belgium Pet. Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Super why round what? It will for Belgium Pet. It want to see a Belgium Pet. It will do a Belgium Pet. It will do a Belgium Pet. Why you're here? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Yes, why round what? Why you're here to put a why round what? It will for Belgium Pet. It want to see a Belgium Pet. It will do a Belgium Pet. It will do a Belgium Pet. Why you're here? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Where you mind?